Sir, there has been a problem. Have a look. Have a look. You remember how much money you had in your account?
Huh?
You see there has been a mistake.
Huh?
You see there has been a mistake. $4,000 has been transferred into your account.
Huh?
Sir, there has been a problem. Have a look. Have a look. You remember how much money you had in your account?
Huh?
You see there has been a mistake.
Huh?
You see there has been a mistake. $4,000 has been transferred into your account.
Huh?
Do you see that?
Says transfer from Chase to bank.
Yes, yes.
Chase to bank.
Yes, yes. Do you see that?
I've never heard of Chase to bank.
Do you see that?
Chase to bank.
Yes, yes. Log into your online banking. You need to log into your online banking. Go to the Target store. You need to go to the Target store. Log into your online banking. You need to log into your online banking. Go to the Target store. You need to go to the Target store.
Why did they send me so much money? $4,099. Customer service.
Sir, listen to me.
It's like this fake. What is this?
Hello. What the fuck is wrong with you, sir?
No, I don't have a truck, no.
When did I ask you that you have a truck?
You just said, what truck do you have?
I said again.
I don't have a truck. I just told you I only have a car.
When did I say I want the truck?
If I understand correctly, you want me to take my truck to the Target store.
When did I talk about
You're
truck?
talking about trucks right now.
When did I say I want the truck?
Right now.
Log into your online banking. You need to log into your online banking. Go to the Target store. You need to go to the Target store.
Hello! After that Tuesday debacle, our internet was still fucked until last night. And yes, that was a Kit Boga remix. It was either that or the Do Not Redeem song. And there is a reason I was playing a Kit Boga metal remix. The reason is, my girlfriend dealt with a real-life H1B. She had an H1B encounter via web chat. And yes, the person who asked, but please tell me you are still switching ISP after the throttling debacle. Yes, I switch ISP on Thursday. We're switching our internet service provider on Thursday. That's all booked in. We're all signed up for a new contract. And we're ending our relationship with our current ISP at the same time that occurs. They kept trying to send engineers to the house. They sent an engineer on Thursday, and what he did was he showed up, told us the problem was our router/modem, gave us a new one, did a speed test, saw it was the right speed, and left. Within 20 minutes of him leaving, the problem was back. Download speed fine, upload speed all messed up. 10 or lower when we're meant to be getting 20. And it has been that way the whole time until about 9 p.m. yesterday. And about 9 p.m. yesterday is when Lucky B logged into her account, got in touch with web support, and said to them, do not send anyone to my house. There is nothing wrong inside my house. If there's something outside, fix it and you don't need an appointment. But you are throttling us. You are throttling us. You are not giving us what we paid for. And then the speed went to normal. They didn't deny it. And then the speed just started working again. And it's worked. It worked over the whole night. And it's working up to now. And it's working right now. However, just because it's working now doesn't mean it will continue to work. So stream security is only confirmed on Thursday, which is when we're switching provider, and currently we're on like a 100 down, 20 up. On Thursday we switch to symmetrical 1 gig down, 1 gig up, full fiber. So they're gonna drill a hole in the house, and it's gonna be sick, and we're gonna be secure and everything. It's gonna be way better, and we are getting away from this shit ass provider. Additionally, nothing the fucking person in the web support said was comprehensible. They were writing multi-paragraph responses in garbled, nonsense trash language. Impossible. Impossible. Horrendous. Unbelievably bad. But yeah, like I said, there is a chance that the same problem will come back tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday. But if there are more problems, this will be the last week there are problems, and it will be solved on Thursday. Your ISP has an AI chatbot. So does ours, but if you bitch out the chatbot enough, it does patch you through to a real human being. An Indian human being, but a human being nonetheless. More or less. More or less. Okay? However, you can imagine my distress. I thought I was going to be free of you guys until Thursday. I thought I thought the problems would continue at least until then, and I would be liberated. I would essentially have a week's vacation and maybe just, write a scripted video instead or something instead of streaming. But no, I'm back streaming. So to comfort me, I'm gonna have a stream beer. We have Northern Monk Zombie Death chocolate and strawberry ice cream dessert stout as a treat. If you bitch enough with the Indian, do you get a white person next? I think it goes back to AI. Ooh, that exploded pretty hard. It's on my dang monitor. Ooh. It's in my damn suit! Did I get your H3 clip? Yes, we have that loaded up. I see it. Mr. N. N-word man. I can download it. bimandjerry.mp4. We got a bunch of chocolate today. We got a bunch of chocolate. You can look in Discord in the food section. Got all sorts of stuff. We got a strawberry Snickers. that almost went very badly. That almost went really holy fuck. Oh. And all sorts of other stuff. We got like a Lamington chocolate bar. Never seen that before. Yeah. Actual footage of me trying to get the mouse that was chewing at our internet cable. Zero out of 10. It showed Tom at the end. I have seen Kanye's tweets. They're pretty incredible. My favorite one of Kanye's tweets is just him going, Hitler was so fresh. It's so good. You know what they say, though? You either die a Jew or live long enough to become a Nazi. Is the shirt real? I thought the shirt was parody. It wasn't you? I don't know. I just like blaming everything on VTubers. The good shit with blaming stuff on VTubers is if they go like, you're slandering me. Slandering who? What's your real name? Who am I slandering? I'm slandering a cartoon. What's your real name? What do you look like? Where do you live? That's right. That's what I fucking thought. Am I a big ball supporter? I don't know. I don't know how big my balls are. Like, I absolutely know. Or rather, I know the absolute size of my balls. But I don't know the size of my balls relative to other people's balls. Right? Do I support doxing people online for their anonymous opinions online? No. Unless it's really funny. There's always the really funny exception. Do you realize how many VTuber fans you have? Like 2? Oh, what are the woke cartoons you were going to show? I wasn't going to show woke cartoons. I was going to show a video about anti-woke cartoons. We'll probably look at that tomorrow. We have a bunch of little bits and pieces today. So, let me explain. We have a bunch of teeny, tiny snippets to go through, and then we have a giga, ultra, mega rape document. The idea is, right? The idea is, if my internet cuts, we'll at least have completed some segments. That's what I'm trying to do. Tiny bits and pieces. And then a big thing at the end. Because if it's still working after all the bits and pieces, I'm probably safe to go ahead with the Giga Rape Doc. Right? What else? Does the really funny exception apply to molestation? Here's the thing, yeah, but you're probably thinking, well, how could it? I don't know. But hypothetically, if a molestation were funny enough, I couldn't be mad at it. I don't know how it could be, but if it were, right? Speaking of funny things, I haven't watched this, but it was suggested. Anonymous has a message for the people of the United States and Trump, of which I am one. Not a Trump, but a person of the United States.
Greetings, citizens of the United States.
Hey, that's me. I have a weird feeling that this music could be from FTL, just from the tiniest snippet, but I doubt it.
The effects of
Never mind, it isn't.
Donald Trump's presidency are no longer distant warnings.
Yeah.
They are here, unfolding before you.
And like half the country thinks it's the sickest shit ever, so.
While many remain unaware.
Many? Many people are unaware of what Trump's doing? Okay.
Blinded by the administration's relentless efforts to suppress the truth. The rest of the world is watching, and it is responding. Long-standing alliances with key nations such as Canada and Mexico are fracturing inch by inch.
Oh my god! Trump caused friction with Canada and Mexico? Holy shit, I can't believe the newspapers were hiding this. What is this video? What is this video?
The cracks are widening, and the global community is reassessing its trust in the United States. The question is no...
This is... Oh, my brain is blown to pieces inside of my skull. Amazing.
Longer if, but when these relationships will collapse entirely. The consequences will be severe.
Consequences will never be the same.
Every imported product you rely on, everyday essentials, food, technology, will see skyrocketing prices, making even basic necessities unattainable for the average American.
There will just be infinite food sitting in the store that no one can buy.
What you perceive as a simple rise in costs is, in reality, a calculated strategy. The plan? To systematically dismantle the lower class, to push those already struggling into the abyss of poverty where they will face an impossible choice. Perish or submit to servitude under the wealthy elite.
He's suggesting there's going to be an opportunity to have your basic needs guaranteed for agreeing to be a slave. I don't think that will ever occur. I could understand if someone is like it's you know, the gap between the rich and the poor is going to expand. Parts of the middle class are going to be pushed down, that sort of commentary. But this is I don't know, bizarrely optimistic. The idea that the poor and destitute are going to have the opportunity to survive through submission. You're not going to be given the option to submit. Think of how many people would just go, wait, I can just submit to the wealthy elite and get my food paid for and have a house? Or at least somewhere to live?
Make no mistake, this is economic warfare, and the target is you. The recent ICE raids are not just about immigration enforcement, they are about control. The Trump
all immigration enforcement is about control as well.
administration seeks to reignite the flames of racial inequality and
Which, did you know that until this year, until Trump's inauguration, that racism was solved?
segregation-era policies, erasing diversity to craft a nation built on division and fear. These operations
If you erase diversity, there'd be no division. Just saying!
are disrupting local economies, forcing businesses to crumble, and ensuring the
No, not my heckin' business.
economic elimination of the working class. What follows is a society engineered to serve the interests of the few at the cost of the many.
What the fuck do you mean what follows? That's what we're in. That's what we've been in pretty much forever. What the fuck is this? What am I watching?
And as the oligarchy takes shape, another darker
Takes shape?
ideology is creeping into the mainstream. Fascist ideals, once whispered in the shadows, are now being openly embraced. Symbolism matters. Gestures matter.
Please play the clip of Elon. Please play the clip of Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, a figure of immense influence, recently tested the waters with a gesture recognized worldwide as a Nazi salute.
No. Real talk. My perspective on this is that he was dog whistling, but he's not dog whistling like Nazism is great. He wants the Twitter accounts that said he was shit after the H1B tweets to like him again. And it was like a little like a little signal to them that was like, I'm cool, guys. I don't look, I said Infinity Indians, but I'm cool to you guys, right? I'm cool to you guys, right? I mean, I'm scared to actually do it, so it's just my heart goes out to you, to everyone else. But to you guys, man in rhino suit from Spider-Man or whatever who says racist things on Twitter, I'm cool, right? I did the salute.
This was not an accident.
It's not, we're gonna exterminate the Jews. I am Hitler's reincarnation. It's, please like me. Please like me, internet racists, please.
It was a message, a challenge, a warning. But know this, the people are not silent. Despite the administration's best efforts to muzzle dissent, the voices of resistance grow louder. Trump's reckless overhauls, his purges of experienced government officials, his chaotic restructuring.
Voices of dissent. I think we're in a, how should I describe this? Post-censorship isn't quite right. But I feel that for Trump, it's more effective to amplify ridiculous and hysterical opponents than to silence anyone. And your counter to him has to be more sophisticated than this.
Of critical infrastructure have created vulnerabilities, weaknesses, entry points. This transition period is his greatest liability, but it is also our greatest opportunity. The rushed implementation of new systems, the mass firings of key personnel, and the chaotic dismantling of existing structures have left behind critical gaps. Gaps that Anonymous can and will exploit.
Okay, then I'll do nothing. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you for doing it.
Every system that has been hastily restructured without foresight, every official removed without proper transition
They're gonna say it's a vulnerability. Okay.
planning, leaves behind exposed veins within
There
the
we
government's
go.
framework. These vulnerabilities are more than just bureaucratic inefficiencies. They are cracks in the foundation that can and will be breached. Anonymous watches. Anonymous waits.
Right.
The time to act is fast approaching. The administration's arrogance blinds them to the fragility of their own system. Their overconfidence in their ability to silence dissent and erase opposition will be their undoing. We know where to look. We know how to strike. But understand this. Our intervention, no matter how disruptive, will only be a temporary roadblock unless you, the people, rise.
Rise up. Gamers, rise up. What's the best way to say this? It's like this guy's overestimating the purity of the intentions of Trump, Elon, et al. I think he's overestimated the ideological purity of them. And perhaps the honesty in their presentation of what they're actually doing.
This is your warning. This is your chance. The transition period is fleeting, and once they solidify their...
Like, we've disrupted the new system! We've disrupted the new system! I feel like the response would be, yeah, okay, so what? Got what I wanted. Got what I wanted.
grip, your options will vanish. If you fail to act now, the cost of resistance will be far greater in the future. To those in power, think carefully. Your decisions now will determine your future.
Ooh.
We are anonymous.
Don't!
We are legion.
Oh,
we
man.
do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.
Expecto Patronum. It's more cringe than when I do a scripted video and I say my old outro. Very painful. Very painful. Anonymous. Actions, not nouns. Connection, logic, altruism. Anonymous, we are legion, expect us. Bro. They paused Anonymous? Anonymous actually went full globo homo? They became a person of flat? Anonymous got the fucking corpo art? What the fuck? Like, I knew they were gay and retarded now. I didn't know it was that bad. Connection, logic, altruism. Is the butterfly the butterfly is the blue sky? They're pushing blue sky? Oh, man. This is sad. A lot of people feel hits to their childhood. Normally, the hit people take to their childhood is when Disney releases a sequel to a movie they loved as a kid. This is like, oh, fuck. Or like, you see an actor from a movie you liked as a kid, and they're all fucking washed and they're a drug addict. Seeing Anonymous in this state is like that. It hurts. Oh, fuck. Anyway. I was sent. Jesus Christ. We've got an Ethan Klein clip that's been suggested to me. Yeet says Ethan Klein leaks a story about Hassan when he first walked into the HD studio years ago. Hassan allegedly went on a 5-minute rant about Destiny to Ethan and the crew. Don't talk about Destiny, don't think about Destiny. Destiny is the monster. This is really funny. But if you're trying to overcome the deflection that this is actually about Destiny, not effective. But maybe Ethan doesn't care about that anymore because it's clear that no matter what happens, Hassan will deflect. He'll do anything he can. So, like, you might as well. You might as well.
It was a farce, according to Hassan. When he came in here for the first show, he immediately said to me and everybody, you guys can say you don't remember it or say nothing. He says,
by the way, why is Ethan slowly morphing into the devil? Like, if there was some sort of show with supernatural entities, Ethan is becoming the perfect visage of Satan. His facial hair, his rapid thinning. is all working towards him being perfect to fill that
Ross
slot.
fed the streamer a 25 Romanian Lee Superberry. Were Anonymous ever cool? All I know is they were a real-life visual.
Here's the thing.
A very lean one.
No.
Did they
Understand?
accomplish anything worth of note?
Anonymous are cool when you're 14. So it's not just that they were cool in the past, it's that they were better than this, and I was a young teenager. That crossover made me think, yo, they go out and fuck with, like, Scientology and stuff. Yay! It's fun.
Avoid Destiny. He's the worst person alive. Don't talk about Destiny. Don't think about Destiny. Destiny's the monster. He gave like a whole
Destiny is the monster. Destiny is the imposter.
like prepared 5-minute speech about how ignore
Literally just don't have sex with him. It's easy.
Destiny and like just poisoning the well. Be like, Destiny's the worst person in the world. Don't talk about him. Don't give him any attention. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? It kind of threw me off guard because I was like, I don't think about Destiny ever. But now I'm kind of curious.
If Destiny was my roommate, I'd get him laid all the time.
You know?
I remember this.
Ethan literally covered the essay scandal. I mean, like, immediately. Yeah. Covered it immediately.
Immediately.
Who's Destiny? Is he talking about... Destiny is such the most ridiculous name for a streamer. It still surprised me. Somebody, I think...
How? Have you seen streamers? Are you familiar with streamer?
I think it was...
How is that a ridiculous name for a streamer? I'm sorry. I'm stuck in my craw.
Jesse Lee Peterson, that's the guy?
Yeah.
He said Destiny, isn't that a stripper's name or something?
No,
like
he
that?
said that's a girl's name.
Stripper's name.
It's so crazy.
No, it's girl's name.
Somebody said it's like a stripper name. And
Destiny, that's a woman's name. Maybe
Maybe
that was
somebody
funny.
else.
Recycled memes, love it. Very good, very good. Next up, that wasn't as funny as I was hoping for. But it definitely is true that you can torture Hassan through Destiny references. All you have to do, and Ethan should do this more, if Ethan does have a one-on-one with Hassan, he needs to say the words, Destiny made you. Just say Destiny made you. And it's, yes, creepy psychopath. It's over. It literally, nothing else matters. If you get out the 3 words, Destiny made you, win. Over. Done. It would be appropriate for me to have worked with Destiny because he brought you into this world and he should be able to take you out.
But really, we could also just ask Destiny. Here's what he had to say on October 22nd, the day after Ethan Klein got caught browsing his subreddit.
I know it wouldn't look good for Ethan.
Sorry, what? The day after Ethan got caught browsing a subreddit? Well, like r/jailbait? Or what do you mean caught browsing the subreddit? Hang on. It is pretty embarrassing to be on Reddit. I know you can't see. I was screening it. There are some acceptable subreddits. Reddit.com/r/truestl. I recommend.
Ask Destiny. Here's what he had to say on October 20th.
I'm going to tell you something, Choco Socks. For a second, I read your comment, is there even anything left of Azov? I understand now, like in the split second it took to think about it, that you mean, is there anything of them remaining? But for the first second, I thought you were suggesting that they were the leftmost entity in the world, as in political left. Is there even anything left of the... Does anything exist on the spectrum left of Azov? I was like, what the fuck is wrong with your brain?
22nd, the day after Ethan Klein got caught browsing a subreddit.
I know it wouldn't look good for Ethan to publicly do anything with you, but if you reach out on private at all, well, I privately reach out a ton, of course. Why do you think I've been off stream so much the past week? I'm like scripting these videos. But publicly, I mean, it's difficult to associate with him because Asana's just going to accuse me of like mind him, basically, right?
If Ethan Klein is willing to lie about all this other stuff.
Oh my fucking god, you stupid bitch! This is 10 IQ. You shouldn't fall for it this hard. I don't even know what to fucking say. It's entirely possible that Destiny is feeding Ethan help and helping Ethan. That's a joke. Meant to flag, of course I'm not. The subtext is, of course I'm not. It's sarcastic. There's all sorts of stuff you can read into this and suggest about it, and ways you can analyze it. You can say, you can recognize that it's a joke and say he's trying to make the idea that he might be connected to Ethan ridiculous. You can plant a seed in your audience's mind that he's saying that strategically and it's not just for entertainment purposes. So on and so forth. Don't fucking use that as evidence that he is doing what he said. No. Clearly, I can't.
Stuff. What else is he willing to lie about?
I never Destiny.
Anyways, on to the final clip.
Very good. Go from believe all women to Pixar didn't happen. The vast majority of people, if not all, who were raped were murdered on the spot.
Here's the thing, though. We are believing the women who come forward and talk about their sexual abuse or experiences. I'm not going to believe Biden when he tells me that everybody's getting raped. That's insane. Mm-hmm. You realize that that's insane, right?
Yeah.
This is why you should always kill someone if you rape them. Strategy. Why did I continue watching? Because I wanted to see what happened next. You can't just show me a retarded bitch and then go, harmful, why are you watching more? You know it's like catnip to me. Harmful opinions? Trying to see if a retard says something funny in a YouTube video? What's going on? Anyway, speaking of retards saying something funny, I've been told that iDubbbz is being a funny man. There's going to be a Creator Clash 3. Is that how you pronounce it? Whatever. Creator Clash 3. He has some sort of candle in his hand. What if I lose again? I'm going to be real with you. I am unaware of iDubbbz's boxing record, but from the title I presume he fought in 1 and 2 and lost, perhaps? There's only one fight I cared about in any of them, obviously. Alright.
Can you hear that? I think it's supposed to spin. Oh, it is spinning. Creator Clash is back. Tickets are available down below.
If he's going on the proper formula, fire, something fiery, it's underwhelming. Wow, this ain't shit. His next step is to pretend it hurts him.
Okay, this wasn't
for the contrast. He's gonna say it's underwhelming, right? Like I said, look, wow, this is bullshit. Ow! Fire, underwhelming, extreme.
as epic as I thought it was going to be. It is quite beautiful, I have to admit. Ah! Jesus.
No, that didn't burn you.
Jesus Christ.
He needs to just stop working off algorithms and formulas in his brain.
How do I kill it? Before I tell you guys whether I'm fighting or
Like, look at it. How did that burn him? It didn't burn him.
not, I want to give some context as to what makes Creator Clash special to me and why we have to bring it back, because I've been teasing things like
When you said where are his eyebrows, I thought for a second I was wearing the They Live glasses. It showed me someone's true form, where even if he shaves them, it shows them. But no, I can see his eyebrows, no problem. Wait, did you say eyelashes? No, eyebrows. Yeah. I can see him just fine.
Creator Clash documentary. And I think I disappointed a lot of people, because you're like, where the fuck is that? Well, I'll get into that. Now, this whole thing started with a beef between me and Rice Gum. That sounds a little stupid.
I remember.
Sometimes stupid ideas turn into awesome events.
Right hand the Harley, it goes down.
The theory I had 3 years ago when trying to promote Creator Clash 1 is the same theory I have today. I think the single most important element of an influencer boxing event is the mystery component. Obviously, you gotta have, popular
I don't know that reference.
influencers. Maybe it's important to have a little drama, a little beef. But what I think makes influencer boxing interesting at its core is the mystery. Who's gonna train, who's not gonna train, and what does their particular background contribute to the outcome of the...
No, I hate YouTubers. I don't want to see them get hurt. I'm not representative of the average person. Might blow your mind. But for me, if I'm going to watch YouTuber boxing, it's because I fucking hate YouTubers and want to see them get punched. Ideally, I want to see two mismatched, untrained people come together in conflict in such a way that they are at genuine risk of injury or death.
Right. At one point in this video, I do say that I'll eventually make a documentary. We're all getting punched in the head. I'm documenting the whole thing.
Good.
There will eventually be a documentary about the boxing event. I'm just gonna be real with you. That was the biggest lie I ever told. But seriously, I was intending to make a documentary. It just, I didn't know what was going to be
Guys, I can't fight this year because I'm busy making a documentary instead of training.
important. I just have like 100 hours of me sparring and shadow boxing.
Ross fed the streamer a tin Romanian Lee Superberry.
Fair.
Is he talking about losing fights or losing money?
Porque no los dos. If we're in a Reddit mood.
Boxing in like 4K. It's the most boring shit ever. That's not a documentary. I don't know why I ever thought that was a documentary.
Speaking of boxing, can I suggest something? I feel like a major barrier. This is going to be crazy political social analysis. I feel like a crazy barrier to pursuing your dreams and pursuing whatever you want is money. You have to do things for money. But if you're rich, you can choose to sort of tank the cost of life with your vast accrued wealth. For instance, you could choose to just go, I'm going to spend this time intensely training and doing nothing else because I have enough money to tank that time not being productive. I feel like if I were Hassan and Sam Hyde challenged me to a boxing match, I would agree to it, stop streaming up until the time, get absolutely fucking beasted, do nothing but train, technique and strength. Make sure that the match would have no safety parameters, and then just kill Sam. Just kill him in the ring. Like...
Not even joking. There's like folders on folders of me doing this.
Like, can you imagine if Hassan just went, all right, Sam, here are the terms. No weight limit. do whatever else. You'll face me in a year. And Hassan shows up 3 times the size he was. Like, Hassan disappears for a year and then just shows up at the match 3 times the size he was.
Is that a narrative? No, I'm an idiot. I never thought to like whip out my phone after an important meeting or important phone call and be like, we just secured the venue, guys. Epic Mealtime is dealing with a really traumatic hernia right now, and I'm not sure if we're gonna have a heavyweight fight. We're really scared, and those aren't the things that you really want to pop out the camera for and be like, this is what's happening. The first event went off without a hitch. I was so amazed by the amount of people who showed up. It was loud from the moment the doors opened to the moment they closed. Matt Watson and Dad just killed it and just set the whole thing off. And to top it all off, we raised $1.3 million for charity. That was the best event of my life, and I wanted to do that again. Now, for the second year, we didn't do as well financially. That's putting it lightly. We didn't anticipate the pay-per-view sales to be as bad as they were. Piracy was a little bit of an issue. The feedback that I had been receiving over the past year is like, just not enough advertising. A lot of people didn't know about it, and they wanted to know about the event, and they would have bought tickets. We're gonna try really hard this year to remedy that. We need to advertise it. Maybe that means bugging the fighters more. I hate doing that, but
Guys, if I did a, you know, fighting production, if I did a boxing show, what would you like me to do? What would encourage you to spend money? Here's my poll that I'm going to post on YouTube comments. If you're doing this, you've already lost. If you're doing this, you've already failed. Hi guys, what game would you like to see me play?
Maybe we have to, and just me making content around this shit. And I want more people to come to this event because it's been so life-changing for me, and I feel like it is such good vibes. I felt a lot of love in that arena. And even from my competitor, fucking Alex Wasabi. He was all being sweet to me and everything. You know, how sweet is that? Because we lost so much money on the second event, we weren't able to deliver to the charities. So we did this impromptu charity stream where I was like squirting ketchup down my throat for Philip DeFranco.
Oh, Philly donated 1.1.
Ketchup is good for you, by the way. Ketchup is good for you, by the way. You know about this? If you are a man, here's my public service announcement. If you are a man, cooked tomatoes, eat them. Ketchup, getting fresh tomatoes and cooking them, whatever you do, get tomatoes down your gullet. Cooked tomatoes will give you a bunch of lycopenes, and those are good for your prostate. Don't lose your dick.
Throat chop.
As much of an unorganized shit show the charity stream was, it really meant a lot to me to see how many creators and fighters and fans and people who pirated it came through and donated for the cause. Because that told me there is a way to fundraise for an event and also...
Also, look. Maybe even just a year of training is not enough for Hassan to surpass Sam. But what if he used his wealth to bypass the legal system and he just stabbed Sam Hyde to death? How about that? Showed up in the ring with like a hidden knife in his boxers. That's another way he could have just used his wealth.
Have an event. We can do both at the same time, and that's what we intend to do with this year's event. Now, obviously, we don't want a repeat of the previous year. It sucks losing a fuck ton of money, and it also sucks to then not be able to donate to the charities. We've restructured things so that even if the event is unsuccessful, it's a massive flop, I don't promote it enough, charity is still gonna get money because we're gonna be fundraising from now all the way to the end of the event and on the event day. I have some very badass initiatives that I've developed that you guys are going to be seeing along the way that are meant to pack the coffers of Stand Up to Cancer. I don't know what coffers is. I don't know what packing the coffers is. Oh, also, Stand Up to Cancer is our partnered charity this year. All donations go directly to them. We do it through Tiltify. It's real straightforward. There's like some sort of leaderboard and shit like that. Now I'm going to tell you guys.
Not donating. We need the charity to be Stand Up to Sam Hyde. And it's a fund that gets paid out to stand up to cancer. If Hassan agrees to fight Sam Hyde.
Whether I'm fighting or not. I'm not. I've sacrificed enough, number one, and it also kind of goes against my theory about influencer boxing.
Always been eating ketchup since a child. Used to put it on crisps. Brother, you can get ketchup-flavored crisps nowadays. Oh! FYI, I got some Minecraft Doritos today. What do you think about that? Got some Minecraft Doritos. I got the gassed flavored Doritos, which is barbecue. There are also creeper Doritos that are vinegar flavor, not salt and vinegar, just vinegar. Also, for the purpose of people who didn't hear it earlier, got a bunch of candy bars. We have Perky Grandma. Got Pinky, Berry Whip, Snickers. I ate. Already had the Dairy Milk Pink Lemonade in Australia, and it was very nice. But haven't tried the Lamington Slice. I like Cherry Ripe. Never tried the Cherry Ripe Berry Truffle. And there's Maltesers little Easter bunny with some popcorn in it. Should be good. Anyway, back to iDubbbz.
Said it 3 years ago. I'm saying it again.
You saw those Reese's at B&M. Guess where I got them from? I like the Reese's with the Reese's Pieces. The Reese's Cups full of Reese's Pieces are good. The Reese's Cups with sprinkles in them, summer sprinkles, I have no idea.
In this video, the more an influencer boxes, the less utility they have. I'm approaching what would be my third fight, and it would be cool to win, but this isn't a movie. I'm okay with not fucking winning this shit. Hey,
then do it and lose.
Don't get me wrong. If there's enough people
who calls their candy Perky Nana? Fucking New Zealanders.
Interested, like
I hate them! No. I might be influenced by my girlfriend, okay?
Come back. What I'm getting at is that the fight for me is more about the event itself. Like that.
Reese's, Hexathian says, Reese's kinda hurt to eat, not sure why. My brother in Christ, I think you might have a peanut allergy. Damn, why do Reese's Pieces hurt so much?
That's what I'm fighting for, is I just want the event to do well. If I'm able to eventually win a fight...
You're like, ah, my heart!
That would be a cherry on top. That would be awesome. That'd be really cool redemption arc. For now, I really need to focus on the event succeeding and also just making money. Like, this shit has just drained me over the last 3 years. Let's put it this way. If I fought this year, that might mean that I took Freddie Wong's slot on the fight card. Because Freddie Wong is fighting. That's
Freddie Wong's slot as one of the prizes.
Can Freddie Wong walk it jump? And I think that's way better. If Hundar came back to fight, we might not be getting LA Beast. That's the thing I don't think a lot of people get. This guy eats cactuses. This guy put his hand in some fucking vile concoction that made him scream bloody murder. I still don't know what the concoction is. This guy is insane. If Matt Watson came back, we might not have room for this guy that I met at E3 10 years ago, who now has a booming animation company and apparently likes to do
just have more fights, just book more time.
Violence in his spare time. The website's in the description. Go check out all the fights.
What is this link? I've seen it. I'm an LA Beast enjoyer. I'm very much a competitive eating enjoyer. How do I explain this? Competitive eating fascinates me. Just because of... how clear a demonstration of willpower it is. Obviously there's technique as well, and technique's a huge part of it. But it's one of those things where everyone thinks, just keep going though. Just keep going though. Just keep eating. But you can't. You fucking can't.
The YouTube account is going to have a bunch of...
Also, thank you for the sub. Just, feats of willpower impress me and interest me, and I'm always curious on how people increase the willpower element. Is it just that through technique you make it easier to eat vast amounts, or is there a large component of development that is improving that willpower, where it feels like you can't do anymore and then you do more anyway? The ability to overcome that kind of barrier where your mind and your body are just screaming at you, stop, and then you do it anyway.
Original content that's following these fighters, so you're going to be able to be a little bit prepped. The best thing to do is follow all the Creator Clash social.
Thank you very much, Stores. I did some, I did some eating challenges. And there was one eating challenge I'm not sure I can tell you about. It might give you too many clues as to where I live. But there was one eating challenge I did that was pretty damn large, and I beat it. And my vision went away. I went temporarily blind. I don't know. Eating and forcing yourself to go through the barrier of feeling like you should stop is interesting to me. In and of itself, but also because once you understand how to push a barrier like that, I have a feeling you can apply it to other sensations and other areas of your life.
So you're able to be updated on everything. This year is going to be a banger.
I think it's a great idea if he doesn't fight. To be, I think it's like
Tim, we know you live in Birmingham. I would not survive living in Birmingham.
Running an event and fighting in it is
hot peppers. Yeah, that's why I did the one chip challenge. I did it live. I don't know, the different kind of limits as well are interesting because in terms of like my mouth and my throat and my face, I think I have unlimited tolerance for heat. What fucks me up is my guts. What messes me up is my guts. God, I probably looked real fat in this video. This would have been well before I lost much weight. Oh. Did you stop playing games because you kept eating? What the hell do you mean? Oh, my eyes are okay now. I fixed my eyes. I think I was being poisoned by one of my colognes. I'm playing PoE at the moment. In my free time, I play PoE 2. 1. Prepare some milk or... And the bazaar. Yeah. Hang on. Comes with a plastic bag. I put music on it and sped it up. And then play a game on stream. No one wants to see me play a game. I think I'd already lost a bit at this point. I don't know. Yeah. You'll see it starting to hit me. Yeah,
it's revving up.
Yep. All you gotta do is dissociate and then it's fine. Yeah. Expand on the cologne thing. You don't know the lore. So for about a year, I couldn't watch TV. I couldn't look at video games. I struggled to look at any kind of monitor or any screen. And I thought it was connected to Specsavers giving me a bad prescription. I was given a bad prescription by Specsavers that caused me a lot of pain. And then I had it fixed. I got the correct prescription from an independent optician. But my problems didn't get better. And for about a year it persisted. I realized, however, that in that same time frame, about the start of that time frame, I had gone to Iceland. And during the flight in Iceland, the integrity of one of my cologne bottles had been compromised, such that when it was near me in a room, I could smell it. One day, I put on that cologne, and almost immediately my symptoms intensified. A great deal. So I became suspicious, and I thought, what if the cologne is poisoning me? So I wrapped it all in a plastic bag. And from that point on, and I store my cologne like I have shelves next to me in the bedroom when I sleep. my side of the bed, there are shelves, and I keep my cologne on one of the shelves. And I wrapped this cologne in a plastic bag, and it rapidly improved, and I haven't had eye problems since. I mean, I could eat it, I just haven't, because it's in the bag, whatever. But yeah, not the most scientific test, but it does seem to be the brand 1667's honey tobacco cologne seems to have poisoned me. Yeah. Get new cologne? I've got cologne. I've got, my other cologne I use is Tom Ford's Ombre Leather, and that's what Lucky Bee got me.
Kind of a bad idea. It's hard enough, kind of like running an event.
There you go. I got an endorsement.
Yeah, if I do a ton of really, really intense things with my eyes, they get strained a bit faster than they used to, but I don't have anything like the problem I used to, at all.
To not buy.
The glasses I continue to wear as like a style thing.
Thank you.
Cologne can't make you blind. This is genuine schizophrenia. It didn't make me blind. Allergic reactions to certain chemicals and ingredients that are used in cologne can cause vision issues. This is well documented if you look into it.
Bless. To close this video, I want to leave you with a little hype trailer that I've been working on, just to get you guys in the freaking
Would I be able to borrow a gun from my panel? Just for like one, I'll pull it just once, real quick one.
I didn't know there were other girls in this Discord.
Go take a shit in the bathroom.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Running through these hoes like I'm Alec Manassian. What's going on in Twitter? Does anyone else keep getting sent porn? Why are you sending me Reese's cups? What have I just been sent? Hello, I'm wondering if you have the time to look over a predator in the furry community. Of course. Normally in my message requests, it's like, do you want to find sex near you? Discover an adult AI game. For once, I have something relevant.
What I do, feel like them with the horror. I think I can feel tomorrow. I'm killing every day. Call me Roran or Zorro. I'm hot just like the sparrow. I'm shooting very narrow. My focus right. I don't feel the heat from the barrel. Don't walk on that spam. It ain't real, my friend. Dig it out, looking like a fucking fool, my man. You check it out, end up in the fucking pool again. All the blood.
Okay, I'm getting annoyed by this. Is this for the rest of the time? Yeah, okay, we're good. June 28th. Did I tell you guys? Speaking of June, I don't know if June is when I'm going. Anyway, sometime later in the month. Sometime later in the year. I'm going to go see 9 Inch Nails. I told you about that, didn't I? The whole internet fucking up thing and not streaming on Tuesday and Friday has fucked me up in what I remember I've talked about. Or haven't talked about. Difficult. Challenging. Anyway, next. I was looking for music about hating the internet. I searched I Hate the Internet song. Because I needed something to intro this stream with that would be relevant to my problems of the last week. The band? Yeah, I'm going to see the band 9 Inch Nails. Instead of getting music, I got some Chinoid talking about hating the internet, I presume. Curious.
There's been some stuff on my mind.
Okay, this is already almost intolerable.
That I kind of wanted to talk about.
Booger
internet
knows.
specifically, and it's so weird.
We're not watching that. Ah! Hold up. Ruined. Spoiler. Rocky B. She's always, I cannot use the term we use. Let me alter the term. She's always Japanning out. She's always Japanning out. She's on the Duolingo.
I open up
Chibi Reviews has run into more problems. It's been suggested that I observe what's occurring here. And I will observe it. Chibi Reviews say they got suspended on Twitter for saying, quote unquote, "We stay winning." We stay winning. What did he mean by this? Let's learn.
I open up Twitter and I'm greeted with, "Your account is suspended and not permitted to perform this action." So I'm
very, 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 very familiar with that notice, yes.
Click on the home page, and the first thing I see is, "Your account is suspended. After careful review, we have determined your account broke the X rules. Your account is permanently in read-only mode, which means you can't post, repost, or like content.
Yep,
you won't be able to
okay.
create new accounts. If you think we've got this wrong, you can..."
He read all this. And still didn't hit the 8-minute mark.
Submit an appeal. I've already submitted an appeal, so already passed that. So I took to my email just to see what's being said, and this was what I was greeted with by the big old, Twitter. "Your X account has been suspended," and I read it. It was sent to me about an hour ago. It says, "Hello, Chibi Reviews. Your account, Chibi Reviews, has been suspended for violating the X rules due to a user report. Violating one of our rules. We stay winning. Note that if you attempt to evade a suspension by creating..."
Why are you lying? Stop. We stay winning and then a URL.
"New accounts, we will suspend your new accounts. If you wish to appeal the suspension, please contact our support team." Obviously, I've done.
Did you type a URL or was it a retweet? What was it? The URL is probably a quote tweet. Maybe. Why not say and it was a quote tweet? Maybe he will.
So, why did I get, suspended? Well,
Show
let's go
us.
to the post. So this is the post, apparently, I uploaded this morning at 7:40 a.m.
Oh, it's a video.
My time, today, literally the day ReZero came out, the newest episode, and as you can see here, I directly reposted this from Donut. As you can see here, this is his
Okay, so it's a
post
of a video.
that posted it. I got more likes than him, as you can see, and maybe that's a play, maybe got more traction, and maybe
Yeah, for sure.
that's why I got targeted. But this was a video repost straight from Donut, which his post, and as you can see, his account is still up here. But
yeah, welcome to being on social media. Sometimes you get fucked for sharing someone else's stuff, and then they don't get fucked.
Basically, I said we stay winning.
No. Osmosis Jones, the "I got more likes" comment is regarding, he says, traction, but it could be that he got hit with more reports, got maybe seen by more moderators, got unlucky, saw the wrong moderator, whereas the other person's post didn't get hit.
And it was literally just the entire
you never
Priscilla
know.
scene, basically, at the beginning of the episode. There is no showing of any form of, nudity, aka, showing actual nips. There is no vagina being shown or anything like that. There's nothing being shown within
That's not against TOS anyway, is it?
this clip.
You can do porn on Twitter.
Nothing that would be classified, I would assume, as breaking X rules, which let's get back into that. So, if we go to this email and we click on this, let's just, I'm going to open up
Could it not be a copyright issue?
new link, opening this. It just takes me to the X rules page. It takes me to all the different rules they have, privacy and all that type of stuff, and hateful content, violent and hateful entities. It doesn't tell me exactly why the account is suspended. I would assume it's adult content. I would assume, but once again, this is a platform.
You may share consensually produced and distributed adult nudity.
Form that openly has only.
Is it so? Killnote says it was also not adult content.
Fans girls all over it, posting basically straight up nudity all the time. Those accounts are completely fine. But a ReZero clip that's a minute 50 long, completely fine. Like it's not fine.
Oh, Nietzsche bargain. Thank you very much.
It needs to be suspended. I would understand if like it got copyrighted, but the clip's not even copyrighted, so that's not the case. It didn't get copyrighted.
Shut the this guy's a retard. The clip's not copyrighted. At point of creation, any creative work is copyrighted. Unless you live in some fucking insane country. I don't know. The clip is not copyrighted. Of course it fucking is.
Anything. I got suspended because I posted a ReZero clip and said, "We stay winning." So, let me get this straight.
Why are we watching this? We're watching this because, to my understanding, this is not just about him getting banned. The next video has a much more extreme title.
Banned because of this. Now, I want to point something out. There is a post here that is blank, as you can see. I don't know necessarily what's going on there. I'm going to take an educated guess, being completely transparent with all of you. That's a post I deleted. I have not deleted any posts today. I deleted a post like a day and a half ago. So maybe it's a post from then, and I don't even remember. It was like some random post. So maybe a post got reported, and then it finally happened, or maybe it's something very old, or maybe it's just an error here. I have no idea. Regardless...
This guy's been suspended a bunch of times, right? I remember in the past we watched him being suspended. I have probably been suspended and reinstated on Twitter like 20 plus times. It just fucking happens. Twitter is like one of the easiest places to get out of a suspension on.
When you click on the rules and stuff here, and if I click on this one, it's the same.
Histrionic bird nose. Fuck off.
Thing. It takes to the same webpage and all that. So I got banned for literally saying, "We stay winning." Okay. Okay. So what's next? Well, my only option obviously is to appeal it. I mean, okay. What happens if theoretically...
Did bro make a video about being suspended before appealing it? I hate this guy.
The account doesn't.
He wants to be a victim so hard. It's fucking unbelievable.
Come back. Well, going by the guidelines in TOS, it says I can't make a new account or I get suspended. So that's off the table. Obviously, I can make an account, not make it public and not really post on it just to be able to browse or Twitter. But from what I can see, apparently I can browse or Twitter just fine. I can still see Twitter and everything. I just, as you can see here, I can't leave any likes. So I can't comment. I can't leave likes.
Yes,
I can't read.
I know.
Theoretically,
That's what a suspension
I can still browse or Twitter. So I mean, maybe it's for the best. Maybe it's for the best. I mean, to be fair, Twitter has brought me a lot of English. It's brought me some good. I mean, it's ironic today of all days, actually. I want to show something.
Why?
Today of all days, I made a post where I basically said, "Thank you, everybody." Yeah, right here. From the bottom of my heart, I love anime and manga.
From the bottom of my heart, I love cartoons.
Entire community. I know I don't respond to every comment, but I try my best to read them all. You always put me in a good mood. I literally posted this today, literally like 40 minutes before the post that apparently got my account suspended. Crazy stuff, man.
I don't know. Chat, you can call me an elitist, you can call me pretentious or whatever. If this guy doesn't make anime, manga, or anything like that, this is like saying from the bottom of my heart, I fucking love McDonald's. I love Big Macs!
Actually crazy.
I love consuming!
But getting into the main topic, I'm making this video obviously to spread word to those that
you don't love it that much.
Obviously follow me on Twitter. If anyone...
You're an American, you should love McDonald's. My my citizenship stripped from me. I ate McDonald's today. How many of you criticizing my lack of love for McDonald's actually ate at McDonald's today? I had the barbecue chicken burger. I went in hopes of getting the barbecue ranch burger, but it was unavailable. My girlfriend had a 9-piece chicken nugget. I almost got a vanilla milkshake.
contact with like X/Twitter support, I would greatly appreciate it. I would like to see them be able to investigate this. I mean, look, if I did a violation of any kind, like truly did something, I would accept it completely fine. I would move on.
Fucking cuck. I don't care if I broke the rules. Unban me right now, Elon, you fucking South African bitch. Unban me.
But I got my account suspended for literally saying "We Stay Winning" and a clip that's an anime clip that doesn't show anything explicit whatsoever. Once again, it wasn't even copyrighted. If it was copyrighted, I would understand, but it wasn't even that. So,
what do you mean it wasn't copyrighted? Of course it is. Did the person who owns the rights to it release it to the public domain? What the fuck? Is it like 100+ or whatever? Is it internationally? Is it old enough to be internationally released into the public domain? What the fuck do you mean it's not copyrighted?
that's not why the account was suspended. So yeah, I'm just being transparent for all those that were wondering if you saw my Twitter account gone today. Yeah, I got banned. What a time, man. I guess it was all those doxers and all those reports I gotten over the past few months that probably finally did me in. I would assume this is probably a false flag situation. I mean, I've been getting a lot of reports against my account, definitely. There's no way I haven't, especially since what happened, you know, back in October with Dawn to Dawn and stuff. And
look! Yes, of course he means he wasn't struck. I don't, like, that's not funny, though.
My family and everything got put in danger. I would assume this is a result of that. There's probably just enough reports against my account that eventually got it basically, you know, suspended. I hope someone at X/Twitter looks at this and appeals it. But yeah, I guess I'm signing off on Twitter. I mean, I can still browse it and look at news, but no convos for me. So if you try...
Did he say news or nudes?
Twitter, I mean... I can still browse it and look at news, but no convos for me. So if you try to get in contact with me, obviously I can't contact you. You can contact me on Discord if you have me on Discord, or contact one of my friends that have...
News. I think he said news. He's an intellectual. It got worse, though. They aren't just trying to get him banned for his taste in anime. They want to kill him and destroy his family. Now, does he mean his flesh and blood family? Or does he mean the cartoons he enjoys? I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out.
The fact that Grox is aware of the targeted harassment...
Grops? Hang on.
The fact that Grox is aware of...
Grox. Okay.
Of the targeted harassment against me in the...
I don't know. Look, immediately, can the AI be said to have awareness?
Boxing and the illegal content that was posted on my Hack DeviantArt account, I think is indication...
I feel like I missed that lore.
Enough just how out of hand this entire situation has got.
No, it isn't. It just means wherever it draws data from, wherever its corpus is added to from, includes that information. That doesn't mean fucking anything, Chibi. That doesn't mean anything.
And just how mentally ill people really are. You have people so mentally ill, in fact, that you have this post that was made after I got suspended, you know, advocating for me to die, to be shot, as you...
Stop, Shards! I know I did! But it's not exciting if I go, yeah, we already did that.
You can see here, they legitimately want me to die. Now, to be fair, this is only 1.5k likes, but that is still a good chunk. That is a good chunk of likes, and this post has been up for over 12 hours. No suspension, no termination, nothing like that. This is actively fine to wish death on another individual. But me posting...
Yeah, I think it should be.
This, a clip from ReZero, this is the reason why I got suspended yesterday, by the way, me saying, "We stay winning," and it is a clip of basically...
I think both should be okay.
Priscilla just changing outfits. There is literally...
Maybe, I haven't watched what that video actually is.
no nudity in it. For instance, there's no nips shown, no vagina shown, nothing shown. It's just Priscilla, a character, basically getting changed, a minute and 52-second clip that was tagged.
Just okay, as a qualifier, I haven't watched any of the video clips. The video clips in those tweets, there could be like an ISIS beheading video in the middle of them. I don't know, but
by Donut here, which, by the way, if you go to the post is still up actively and has way more likes than mine does currently. So it's very apparent that this entire ban, this suspension I got, was definitely mass harassment, and there's evidence behind it.
My ban was mass harassment. There's a bottleneck. Twitter is the bottleneck. Your ban is the fault of Twitter. If it happened because of mass reports triggering an automated suspension, it's still Twitter's fault because Twitter decides that that's how things work.
First off, this is the email I got yesterday for the suspension, basically saying I have been suspended thanks to user report, indicating that a lot of people reported me, and the post that got me banned was thanks to user report.
Okay, Chibi, how many views did your tweet have? You were posting, you were sharing a tweet that had 5.2 million views. 1.9 million views. You sent something out that 1.9 million people saw. What percentage of that reported you?
2-second clip that was tagged by
Have some fucking perspective.
Donut here, which, by the way, if you go to the post is still up actively and has way more likes than mine does currently. So it's very apparent that this entire ban, this suspension I got, was definitely mass harassment, and there's evidence.
And how does... Okay, theirs is still up, mine isn't. That shows that my ban is mass harassment. I'm sorry. Yes, with the thing where he was going, it's not copyrighted. He's clearly just in a retarded way expressing that he wasn't hit with a DMCA notice. He talks so fucked up that it's subhuman levels of communication. I cannot let him off. I cannot go with this guy. Oh, I get what he's saying. No, it's too fucked. It's too fucked up. I don't know, what's his first language?
It's behind this.
Is he a Portuguese speaker?
First off, this is the email I got yesterday for the suspension, basically saying I have been suspended thanks to user report, indicating that a lot of people reported me, and the post that got me banned was We Stay Winning, which is this. We Stay Winning, posted it yesterday, as you can see. But let's get into the evidence.
He is not English's first language.
That I was mass reported. There's a lot of people currently talking about this. For instance, you have Savvy that talked about it, how there's indication and people straight up
the anime-loving e-girl talked about it. Yay!
Mass reporting.
He's gonna come so hard now.
I mean, all that count is now gone, as you can see. Clear indication of platform manipulation and basically targeted harassment against myself. My account is still suspended, by the way, but it's very clear Twitter found something and suspended that said account because obviously they're now gone. We have my good friend Red Logic talking about this.
What do you mean, a Portuguese speaker? I just listed a random language that could have been his first prior to learning English, okay? It's not slander of the Portuguese. It's not slander of the Brazilian.
As well about the entire situation, pointing out the individual that basically made 40+ accounts, and there's other people that made hundreds of accounts in a group chat just to get me mass reported.
You not getting free, bitch. We spam reporting you again in the Admiral Agenda general chat, and you could call the police on that. You're... Why are you taking this serious? You'll have me to thank. I created 40 accounts to pack Chibi. Chibi, bro, come on.
You have people advocating currently to also get Rev banned on the platform as well, doing the exact same thing they did to me. So these people are clearly unhinged, and they are so mentally unwell that they're not going to stop. They have been harassing me, basically.
You're giving them attention! What are you doing?
Since, for years.
Look at these insane retards. Oh, cool, are you gonna laugh at them, Chibi? No, I'm gonna take them really serious and tell everyone I'm scared of them. What are you doing? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Now, but it really amped up thanks to basically back in October 5th of
Holy
2024. For those that are unaware or don't know, I was doxxed, okay? My whole name was doxxed out there, which doesn't really concern me, but my whole name was doxxed out there. My address was doxxed. My phone number was pretty much doxxed. My social...
Again, once again, his use of language is agony. My name was doxxed. My address was doxxed. No. The thing being doxxed is you. Those are ways in which you have been doxxed. Those are elements of your dox.
security number was almost doxxed. They knew what I was driving.
My social security number was almost doxxed? What does that mean? They almost published your social security number? Do you mean they posted a number that was close to yours? And if they did, why would you reveal that information? I would like to suggest that if you have been doxxed, and you shouldn't tell people.
They knew my tax bracket and tax info. They sent Mel to my address, by the way. Very bad Mel. I got called by...
Mel? Very bad Mel? Is she like a stinky woman? They sent Melanie to my house. I get that he's saying male, okay?
An FBI agent basically saying to, like, they're checking my packages and keeping me safe. I had the sheriff around my place. I have a police report that I've proven and shown on my profile as well. You know, I have had a lot of harassment by these...
The FBI agent was like, these people are sending you tons of child pornography. Oh, I can't believe it. Can I still have it? I can't believe these sickos on Twitter did that. I still get it, right?
Individuals, and you're probably wondering, why do they hate me so much? Why? Well, we gotta really go back to, you know, that post that caused it all, but also where it all started to begin with. First off, basically, I posted a clip of Dawn to Dawn back on, like, October 5th, 4th, whatever, and it was a scene of the character, the main female character, basically, in a situation with the aliens in the first episode, where she's about...
So anyway, why did this happen? I posted a little cartoon of a woman. She was having an issue with the aliens as she got changed.
To get basically probed. And I...
The point at which you're recording a video where you say this should be... If you're in his position right now, you should probably feel like you've been hit with a lightning bolt and reassess your life.
Said, quote,
something's gone wrong.
The animators did not need to go so hard for this scene. There is nothing bad about saying that. I just said it. There was anything else. But obviously people reacted, and a lot of people currently praising that I'm suspended and happy I'm gone and wishing for my death and advocating for it are the very same people that will actively talk about the series and do the same thing that they tried to basically deplatform me on as well. Which, let's get right into that. So, first off, basically, these individuals that have now been harassing me constantly, and I have sent this information to my lawyer, but also... to the FBI and stuff, that's all a part of the situation when my account got hacked and stuff. Some of the individuals that were responsible for my harassment are still on the platform of Twitter. I have some evidence to show here. So first off, we have this. This is the post that started it all back in October of last year. This was the post that doxed me. This account in question here is the alt account of Namek, as you can see here, and
has this tweet been taken down? Because if it hasn't, you've just given us everything we need to get your docs.
If you go to Twitter...
If that tweet isn't down, you just doxed
and
yourself.
You look it up, you will see that that account is still active and actively talking about my situation and happy that I'm gone.
Right. Chibi, you've just shown 50,000 people a place they can go to get your docs. Even if the tweet's down, that guy still has the info and we can contact him. Why are you doing this?
They even have in their profile, by the way, that they're the owner of me and they smoke on my brother's dead body.
They just owned you. Why would you say that? Why would you share this and say that? This is like their biggest dream. Why have you done that? What is wrong with you?
But this account is still up, by the way. Completely fine, according to Twitter. It's completely fine that they participated in this illegal activity of doxing me.
It's probably not illegal. It's probably not illegal. Overwhelmingly, doxing is protected. That doesn't mean it's morally justified. That doesn't mean it's morally justified. But if we're talking US law, there are very few, if any, states. I haven't been keeping up with, most recent law, but typically it's protected by the First Amendment. The states that try to make it illegal normally are ridiculously overbroad in their provisions. Was it Ohio that years and years ago they tried to put in some sort of anti-doxing statute that would have made it illegal to say someone's name and say they're a dickhead? Because, doxing is the public publishing of personally identifiable information, such that writing someone's name, technically, if you define doxing that way, is doxing. It would have made saying a politician's name, so like saying Donald Trump is a cunt, would have been criminal doxing, and that bill got shot down. It didn't get shot down. No, the sponsor withdrew it because it was criticized, and it became obviously insane.
But yeah, that's completely fine according to Twitter. On top of that, we have stuff like this.
This was years and years and years and years ago, probably over a decade ago.
Which is another person that was responsible for the doxing against me, actually name-dropping my family's names, aka my cousins and uncles, etc. Name-dropping.
What are you doing? Why are you showing us someone who can give us your family's names? People are trying to kill me. Anyway, here's where you can get all the information about my life. You stupid bitch. You're putting your family in danger if this is all true.
Their names and actively participating in the doxing, and this individual and many others actively messaged my family on Facebook, and even I hate doing.
You've just confirmed that this person can tell you who your family is and can accurately show you their Twitter accounts. Facebook accounts. Why are you doing this? You're leaking! Chibi, you are leaking in this video! Stop it!
Doing this because it's absolutely horrendous. I hate even talking about this, but they even.
You should hate it! Don't talk about it. Or if you talk about it much, 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 much more vaguely.
My brother's son, my dead brother's son, they messaged him and tried to harass him. You realize how sick that is? How sick in the head that is? Like, that is. I'm trying to stay calm and concise in this video, but it is so sick. It is unbelievable how vile people can be. And apparently, I'm trying to play victim when I talk about this.
Immensely so, yes.
That's crazy. That is actually freaking nuts.
You're endangering your family to play victim and, get attention. Yes, that is exactly what you're doing, Chibi. Just to be clear.
Anyways, this account has actually been terminated, by the way, as you...
This guy doxed my family. This other guy doxed my family. Look at this one that's still up. You can go get my whole family's history and information from him and go bother them. People are saying I'm making myself a victim and just trying to get it...
You could see here for good reason, makes a lot of sense. But yeah, these people have actively been participating in basically targeted harassment against me for months.
I hate that phrase. What other kind of harassment is there? If it's not targeted, it's not harassment. What is untargeted harassment? I don't think I've ever had it explained to me.
Really has swollen and gotten bad in the last few months.
Swollen.
Months, and it's been awful. It has, I'm not gonna lie. But basically it doesn't just...
How do you harass indiscriminately though? Because if you're repeatedly bothering someone, it's not indiscriminate.
Stop there. We have other individuals that have actively participated in this situation. For one, obviously the individual that, made the multiple accounts, their account no longer exists, as you can see here. This individual right here that did this post, they're off the platform now. So clearly, like I said, Twitter found something that indicated they broke the rules from
write a mean message on a piece of paper and throw it into a crowd of people. Fair enough.
Obviously targeted harassment. Anyways, another one I want to show that is very fascinating about this whole situation is that we have individuals like this, for instance, that has actively wished for my death and is still doing it, as you can see here.
So, seeing everyone celebrating Chibi Review's demise is like that demon prideful sin doesn't still walk this earth. So
This is literally a post from an hour ago. Posted this, which was in my police report.
I remember! If I ever saw you in real life, I would stomp the brainstem out your head and spit on your shaking corpse.
The way they have actively told me that I need to have my brainstem stomped on. And
so they said they would do it if they saw you.
Split open, as you can see here. Once again, this was a retaliation and all that, and they started saying this because of, my doxing. They all jumped me, basically. This is...
I was jumped. He sees a black avatar and suddenly it's him being jumped.
This individual that is responsible for this, okay, has said this.
Chibi, how does this person talk regularly?
Is still...
I have a suspicion they talk like this, typically. And so the seriousness of such a statement is diminished.
Actively on the platform, still actively talks about me, still actively is advocating for my death.
And what have they done to you? Have they stomped your brain out? Or is it just them being a bit spicy? Is your I can't tell because of the way you're talking. So I'm going to need you to confirm. Is your spine still intact? Do you still have a brain?
And they are getting a lot of likes. It's not like it's a small post. It's getting a lot of likes. So it's very clear that... a
lot of people want to stop your brainstem out, apparently.
There is definitely some, targeted harassment against me. A lot of people that don't like me that...
You fucking pussy bitch. Who cares? What does it do to you?
Just
Nothing.
Advocate for my death, so to speak. Let's go,
Advocate for my death, so to speak.
Let's go one step further. We have other people here that have continuously wished for my death and hope I get to see my brother in the afterlife, as you can see here. We have people doing stuff like this, petitioning to stone me. This guy's banned, by the way.
Petitioning to stone me!
But we have this.
Oh, thank God he's banned. Hang on. Because if this post had hit 10k likes, U.S. federal law demands that Chibi actually be stoned.
We have people doing stuff like this, petitioning to stone me. This guy's banned, by the way. But we have this. This person right here has also been allowed to actively stay on the platform, as you can see here. Their account is still...
Are you gonna kill yourself? Here's my 100% effective defense against someone telling you to kill yourself. Just don't kill yourself. Literally just don't kill yourself. There's the defense.
Up. Obviously, their original account here is suspended, but they have, dodged the ban and the suspension to still be on the platform after what they obviously have said to me and all that. We have people like this that has done this to me as well. We have...
Done this to me! Ouch.
This as well, what people have said to me. A lot of avocations for...
Gonna fucking shove my aborted fetus, I presume, up your ass. If you keep this rage bait shit up, ho. Yeah, this is someone frustrated with your attention seeking.
My demise, as you can see. Now, actively what I'm doing right now is I have made a post on Reddit and...
This person threatened to shove their aborted fetus up my ass. Elon! Elon, I'm in threat for my... I feel that my anus is in danger. Elon, ban them before they do it. By the way, did you know that if someone is going to kill you, banning their Twitter account stops them? You fucking retard. I would suggest that if someone has a genuine wish for your death, them getting banned as a result of them expressing that probably increases the likelihood that they will actually act against you. would be my bet. I think Chippy wants someone's aborted fetus to be shoved up his asshole.
Gold subreddit to hopefully new spreads of this. I have aligned at, like, said as much as I can, and I do hope that Asmongold and other
Guys, someone demonstrated that they know where I live and they have weapons and bombs. Please ban them from Twitter so they can't kill me.
people are able to not just see this post, but see my video that I have made on this subject. But
I don't know. We should teach kids in school that if you post online, you should be prepared to die. Because ultimately, if you post someone and if you post something and a nutcase sees it and decides you need to die, what the fuck are you gonna do about it? There's nothing you can do. They're gonna kill you.
I have been continuously targeted by harassment. I've tried to ignore it. I've tried to completely push it away as much as possible, but they keep coming after me. They keep wanting me gone. And I guess one reason why I like to really talk about this whole situation and why I've been targeted, harassed, is because of, they want to call me a pedo. They want to call me racist. And there's no evidence for this, by the way. For instance,
there's no evidence, by the way.
Time anyone ever asked that question.
You've already lost if you're saying they want to call me a racist pedo, but there's no evidence. Don't even say it!
Like, why is he a pedo?
Thousands of people want to call me a racist pedo, but there's no evidence.
Why is he a racist or whatever? You know what they do? They don't say anything. They never respond back to individuals that ask that question. And if they do respond, you know what they say? They say he's a lolicon. He deserves it. He deserves everything that happens to him. And, you know, the only thing I've said about lollies, I just separate reality from fiction. It's not real people. I feel like trying to say it is actively helping those that harm children.
Oh,
That's
man.
all I've said. And all I'm saying here is that these people have literally nothing.
All I've said is classic rhetoric.
Nothing against me at all that, you know, would indicate that I'm this vile demon that they think I am.
All I've done is toe the party line, the lowly line.
But obviously that is the narrative. That is what they have said, and I have been suspended thanks to it. So, yeah, I'm just letting everybody in the know on this. I actively have continuously been harassed non-stop by these people. They have continuously made accounts now to get me banned. I'm glad to see a lot of support with the big content creators on the platform of X talking about this, like Madam Savvy to Red Logic that's talked about it, Perma's talked about it, Grums has talked about it, Lost Paws has talked about it.
Okay. The thing I always enjoy, me personally, is I can shit on all sorts of groups of people. I can say horrible things about people. I can make the roughest jokes ever. You say anything about people who jerk off the cartoons of babies being weird, you've gone too far. You have to be nice to them, or maybe they'll rape a real kid. Okay, you have to be nice to them. This is ridiculous. They're not hurting anyone. Be nice to them.
Ice, the ReZero leaker, has talked about it. Legal Mindset has talked about it. I know.
I'll be fair. It's lolicons, pedophiles, and trans people where I get any significant number of people going, whoa, that's a bit much. They haven't hurt anyone. No one else gets defended, ever. Even furries are like, yeah, fuck these guys. I understand why you're being mean. You don't even need to understand why I'm being mean, because why I'm being mean is because it's fun.
Nicholas Light has talked about it. So hopefully...
What about furries? Yeah, like I just said, Jumbo Banana Split. There isn't any significant amount of defense from furries. The furries are just like, yeah, we got a bunch of fucking crazy freaks. Is typically what it is. It's like, hey, hopefully you won't hate me by default, but yeah, we do have a bunch of crazy freaks.
Word gets out that this is an uncalled ban and suspension. I mean, it's very clear that's what it is. I mean, there's literally no indication that I broke any terms of service whatsoever. And before anyone gets ahead of themselves and wonder if I got copyrighted for it, this is a copyright post. I got nothing like this in my email yesterday. This is what a copyright strike looks like on Twitter. and I did not receive one. And so, yeah, I have been a continuous target of harassment for months at this point. People have ruined and mudded my name to such a high degree where, like, now people instantly assume when they hear conversation about me that I'm a parent, like, pedo or racist, and, you know...
Oh, yeah. Another classic one is, you can't say mean things about lolicons. Because, you know, people see cartoons of babies being fucked to death. And they report that to the FBI, and that clogs things up. Okay? So what we have to do is make everyone comfortable seeing cartoons of babies being raped to death, so that they don't report it to the FBI. How about you just not put it in public in places where people see it and then report it? How about you get in the fucking closet, you fucking freak bitch? Anyway. How about we don't destigmatize these things and you just hide in shame? Okay? And then people won't report it because they won't see it.
I'm basically the spawn of Hitler itself. It's crazy. One quick search on Twitter, you know, if you were to basically just search up my name and you do like a brief search, you'll see a bunch of people actively saying basically Hitler's dead. And it's so crazy because at the end of the day, all I do is post like cringe like anime videos, anime manga videos, and talk about news and stuff. I know it could be cringe, but it's like the fact that I have been just so targeted by harassment, it's insane, man. It really is insane. All I'm gonna say is after all this, it really, I got more evidence to really just add to the pile for my lawsuit that's forming against these people for the defamation and all that. I mean, now that...
You're gonna sue 1 billion Twitter eggs?
My Twitter account has actively been suspended, you know, and if it definitely doesn't come back, oh man, I have even more evidence to really just, you know, go after these individuals for what they have done. So, yeah, those that are continuously thinking they can get away with what they're doing are...
You think you can get away with reporting me on Twitter? I'm gonna take you to court for $100 billion.
Reckoning is coming. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna do my absolute...
Reckoning is coming. Leviathans are coming.
Best, even if I have to bankrupt myself. Just...
I'll show you, Twitter trolls. I'll even bankrupt myself. What is happening?
To make sure I get these people responsible. That's all I'm gonna say. But, anyways.
I will own these people who hate me, even if I have to ruin my own life to do it. Okay, Chibi, please. Come on,
I do think that, in general, that, if my Twitter account doesn't come back, honestly, it is what it is. It's not like I can't still use the platform and look at news and stuff. It sucks I won't be able to communicate with people. That's what it really does come down to. That is the big thing. Because there is a lot of people I have talked with on this platform and made friends with. And I think that's the biggest loss, that I would not be able to chat with all of you guys as easily. Because I do talk with you guys. I don't message to every comment, but I try my best. And it'll be legitimately sad if I can't, but... it is what it is. I do think that I'll get my account back. I'm not really too frightened because there's enough evidence to really showcase what is going on here. But at the end of the day, anything can happen. So, you know, gotta temper my expectations. Also, on top of that, I do hope that Asmongold does see this post. I hope that word gets out and stuff and he's able to spread word because...
God, I hope Asmongold gives me attention.
I really do want more people to know about this. I mean, if anyone knows that watches this video, I would like to basically have anyone that could contact, you know, Twitter support, X support. You know, if you can get me in contact with anyone, please do so. I would greatly appreciate it. But I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe, stay healthy, and I love you guys. Chibi out.
Chibi. Doesn't chibi mean, like, super deformed? Or refer to a super deformed style?
Egg is live.
Thank
and
you,
I'm
Siffy.
sniffing.
I'm as live as I can be. Who knows how long the internet will stay stable? How many days I'll be able to stay with you? But for tonight, it's working at the very least. Whew. He has another video. We stay winning. I presume this is an announcement of being unbanned.
We stay winning. We stay winning. Oh, it is a good feeling to actually have victory. And those that are terminally online that have targeted her.
You
Harassed me, mass reported me, harassed my family and friends.
If you care about a guy tweeting about stomping your spinal cord out, that's you.
They did not win today. They have lost. And it is thanks to the community and so many individuals that stood up to defend me.
It's thanks to Twitter. It's Twitter's fault you got banned. It's down to Twitter that you got unbanned.
I appreciate every single individual one of you. I cannot ever repay the debt I owe you. You guys have legitimately been a light. A shining light in my life, and I am glad to see that those vile, evil people have not won.
If Johnny Cage threatened to stomp my spine out, I'd accept death.
And we stay winning. Our community stays winning. Great times, man. Absolutely great times. So, what's next? Well, now that this situation is settled, and I have managed to gather more screenshots, info, and everything, thanks to this.
Does he have a fundraiser for his lawsuit? Or...
My defamation case is definitely, gotten easier. Definitely. I made a passive mention in my video I made earlier today about it, but I'm going to just state it right here, right now. I am going to be doing a crowd fund.
Ooh.
I'm going to be opening up a crowd fund to be able to fund
mass rape. He might not be guilty of anything else, but all of his viewers are about to get mass financially raped.
And the lawsuit that I'm going to be, starting against all the individuals that are responsible, not just for the doxing and the harassment of my family, but also those that have actively participated in defamation against my very name, either calling me a pedo or racist, and all sorts of other vile rhetoric. They actively, they're going to be facing charges. I want to try to get them. And I want to say that I want to be opening up a crowd fund. I want to make it as transparent as possible.
Let's see.
I will definitely be making up, making a follow-up video on this, showcasing a link and stuff and all that. But once I
because you want the money.
Get it all activated and I get it all set up, I will be as transparent with everything as possible.
Don't worry, guys. I'll definitely be begging from you again.
Possible, showing everything as I possibly can, while the lawsuit initiates and goes forward after everything that has been...
Guys, don't panic. I will be asking you for more money.
Done. But for now, today, I rest easy. I want to back off, and I'm just going to relax. We stay winning. I love you guys.
I love you. Can I have money?
Can you believe it? That we are about to be in the fall season of anime for...
Hang on. What's on his Twitter? I'm not showing his Twitter on screen because God knows what the fuck this guy's posting and retweeting. Do we have a do we have a GoFundMe? I don't see a GoFundMe yet. Who's that Destiny e-whore who wants a bunch of money? It's Pixie, but like on Twitter she's Pixie Love. I want to just double check what. Oh. I'm curious how much money she's on now. Turkey Tom. Because if you remember, initially she asked for like 25k, and then when she hit that target, she was like, "Surprise! Actually, I need 130k because there are more women."
Omni/fed the streamer 2 euros Superberry. Don't beg for money. Don't give this man money.
Give, send, go. Sorry, it's not a GoFundMe, it's a give, send, go. Fake news. She's fallen short. She's fallen short. Only on 49 grand of 130,000. Any more updates? No. If you think you might be a victim of his, please reach out and let me know. Right. GoFindMe.com. Challenge people to dox you. Do I want to jump into the furry giga rape? I think we jump into the furry giga rape. Are you ready? Card? What is the latest card? Has he clipped someone in such a way that it looks like they're saying something that
Hello there.
blows my mind? The hidden profanity of Simpsons Hit and Run. Has he clipped another person such that they sound like they're saying, "The data conclusively shows that pedophiles need goon buddies," when actually they were saying, "There's a little bit of evidence that shows that maybe it's a good idea for pedophiles being able to, pedophiles to be able to talk to a therapist." It's just some swear words. Hidden profanity.
Hey.
You're not allowed to say hey. What is this fucking memberberry shit?
Hey. Do you remember this? The Simpsons Hit and Run?
Yes, and I remember setting my calendar such that I could play the seasonal events whenever I wanted to.
Hey. Do you remember this? The Simpsons Hit and Run? Lots of people around my age do. It's considered one of the best media tie-in games of the PS2 original Xbox GameCube era, and it's one of the most well-known and widely enjoyed games of that console generation, period. And for good reason. Fun little pseudo-open-world Simpsons driving game.
True.
If you're watching this video, you probably
The other white meat.
need no introduction.
Mm-hmm.
I've been replaying it myself for a while now, and for one thing, I
For how
got
long?
the old PS2 here out for nostalgia's sake recently, and two, I was planning on doing a video about hidden details in media tie-in games as a whole that I wanted some B-roll footage for. But it didn't take too long before I got a little sidetracked taking a finer look at this, The Simpsons Hit and Run specifically.
Alright.
Because I realized...
Seeing the patterns. God, you need to play a real man's game. You need to play The Bazaar. Or Path of Exile 2, or ideally both.
In this game, a kid's game, PG rated, based on a typically very relatively clean series, actually has loads of swear words in it. And in fact, if you've played Hit and Run at all, I guarantee you've seen them yourself, but you probably just didn't notice. Evidently, before the game shipped, no one in a management position at Fox or Vivendi Games or any higher-ups in the development team noticed either.
It's also crazy, the predictions. So The Simpsons is incredible in its ability to predict the future. Hit and Run had Homer running into Apu's Quickie Mart, yelling things like, "Sar, do not redeem, do not redeem."
But someone on
It's
the
real,
actual
check it out.
Code Monkey staff secretly put a bunch of really explicit curse words in here.
Okay.
And that's what I wanted to bring your attention to today. The hidden profanity of The Simpsons Hit and Run. Before we jump straight into things, I'll say...
Okay. The Simpsons isn't made for kids. It's made for a general audience, but there's definitely consideration of the younger audience members versus the older ones. The Simpsons definitely does a lot of, or includes, or at least included, I haven't watched it in a long time, a lot of humor that's similar to what you'll see in Torrance Passage, an old point-and-click game, designed to go over the head of kids, while still having a lot of content that will appeal to kids and appeal to adults at the same time. What always jumps to mind is the Homer going to see Marge at the summer camp saying, "It's Roe versus Wade and the choice is mine," regarding his method of crossing the lake.
What I'm going to demonstrate today ought to be visible on every version of the game, regardless of platform, and you won't need to do anything fancy to see all this firsthand for yourself either. I'm not talking about something you need to glitch outside of the game map to see, or anything buried deep in the game's files on the disk or anything like that.
Boggle was awesome. Yeah, the little purple cat dog thing that could take various forms and acted as your inventory, right?
Something that, if you know where to look, you can see
Or was it
as
Boogle?
soon as you get into the game. Here, I'll prove it. When you boot up Hit and Run, after the Game Studio promo and a little CGI cutscene you can skip if you want, you get to this delightful little main menu screen. And you go through the television to load your game just like this. As any of the game's 7 level hubs load in, you get this newspaper gag I'm sure you'll all remember.
Mm-hmm.
On the first level, it does this little meta joke about easy tutorial levels, and the dates on the top of the newspaper even subtly foreshadow the fact that the 7th and final level of the game will take place on Halloween, setting us up for a special spooky Treehouse of Horror level in classic Simpsons style. But after that loading screen, you're in. And by now, you've already been shown your first bit of unauthorized hardcore profanity. Did you catch it?
I was looking
It's
away.
the newspapers, hardcore profanity. But after that loading screen, you're in. And by now, you've already been shown your first bit of
I don't see it.
unauthorized hardcore profanity. Did you catch it?
No.
It's the
Have to admit.
newspapers. There's 7 of these in the game, and they all obviously have a few visually distinct bits on them where the joke headlines are. But here's the thing. The rest of that text isn't just filler, and it isn't just grey lines like I thought it was at first. If you were playing this game as a kid, you'd probably never think to check, and the old CRT TV you probably had at the time most likely wasn't high definition enough to let you read it all
Sure.
properly anyway. But the small print on those loading screen newspapers
Let's zoom.
are all real words that some developer or some artist must have put together without telling anyone, but they clearly
Show
weren't
me.
signed off on from anyone who would normally be in charge of that sort of thing. And take a look at this. Let's isolate the loading screen newspaper from the first level.
The weekend was grand. Simon and Mickey, Stacy, and I had a good time at the beach.
And zoom and enhance
Pretty tough.
on the
Pretty
words
tough.
there. The uppermost small paragraph reads, "The weekend was good. Simon, Ed, Nikki, Stacy and I had a good time at the beach. Ed, Simon and I spent all day in the ocean. We would only come in to get some food and then back out into the water. It was great. I also saw my buddy Harvey from New Zealand. He lives in Jakarta too, but has been away on vacation. I got an email from Dave. He says he's depressed in Ottawa with his girlfriend and is thinking of going to Korea. What a guy." Below the cut and
I
off to the
see.
left, there's more. Scott wrote me and said he broke up with his girlfriend. He said that he is unsure and needs some time to think about it. Or just wants to fuck a bunch of other women. I told him to be honest with himself.
This is cool, though. I didn't know this. Little factoid.
All the loading screen papers are like
It's not a factoid. Factoids are things that are not true. It's not a factoid. It's just a fact.
that. There's a whole implied lore in there about whoever Simon, Ed, Nikki, and Stacy are. And in the spirit of exploration and discovery, I'm
You
not
have to
going to
find
show
them.
you what they all say here. I will say they're all interesting. And given the sort of language these papers use pretty liberally, they would not be allowed in a family-friendly game like The Simpsons Hit and Run.
Where is that definition of factoid? It is claimed on the British panel show QI that a factoid is something that is not a fact, but takes the form of one in a similar way to venomoid being something that would otherwise be venomous or take the form of something venomous but is not, such as a venomoid snake is one without venom.
If anyone had noticed before it came out. When I spotted this myself, I couldn't find any info on
Yes, my source is a TV entertainment show.
this online. It's not even on the Simpsons Hit and Run wiki, and it's usually pretty good at covering really obscure
Did anyone know this before being shown it?
stuff in the game.
Is this original lore?
But hey,
This might be the most important video card posting will ever make.
It just goes to show you that even an old game you've played before might still have some surprises left in it. It's just something interesting I found. Anyway, my name's Card, and if you might like to hear more from me, feel free to subscribe to this YouTube page.
The 7th newspaper suggests that something very bad is going to happen one year on September 11th.
Or just take a look at my other videos. Either way, goodbye for now, and have a lovely day.
History is made. Shall we start to take a look at this furry stuff? It's probably a good time to do it, because I think there's a good chance I won't look at the entirety of it. Did you look up the definition of factoid somewhere that matters, such as, you know, the unleashed, unlimited subscription version of the Oxford English Dictionary that includes full history of usage? Or did you just use Google definition? Are you ready? Are you being fucking meta? Are you dropping a factoid in chat right now? Google goes for an item of unreliable information that is reported and repeated so often that it becomes accepted as fact. North American definition specifically, use in North America, a brief or trivial item of news or information. I mean, of course, naturally, something that you will always observe is, you know, when people are like, everyone says a word means this, but it actually means that. Well, because everyone thinks it means this, it does mean this. Because if everyone's saying it and everyone understands what it's meant to be, what it means as being one thing, in what way does it mean anything else? So, there is that element to it. Right. I promised on Discord that I would deliver to you 1 giga rape. And so, while we may not go through the entirety of it, we can start looking at it tonight and see if it is worth fully dissecting, because the worm on the end of the hook, the summary, is tantalizing. A post was made on Instagram, and I'm using the screenshot I was sent because if you go to this person's Instagram, it is full of gay cartoon furry porn, and I don't wish to look at it or show it on stream. Mutt.vhs says, to all UK furs, Mank Furs, which is a furry who lives in Manchester, and Knots Furs, which I presume is a Nottingham furry, or maybe they're actually, no, by the looks of this, it's a convention, a Manchester and Nottinghamshire furry convention. To all UK furs, Mank Furs, and Knots Fur attendees specifically, I have posted a beware on Pup Nova. They have repeatedly sexually assaulted and raped members of the fandom, over and over again, spread out across multiple friend groups. I like the inference you can take that it would be fine as long as they kept it within a small bubble. Big accusation? Yeah, gigantic. Repeated rapes. I have documented the victims that have come forward, as well as a phone call between me and Nova. Yes, the phone call is 20 minutes long, by the way. And I have it saved locally. We'll see. We'll see if it's worth listening to. They also said as a description of this post, I've never made a post like this before and hope to never have to do so in the future. Their primary social is Nova Sticks AD on the Bird app. Beware, victim accounts and the Nova phone call can be found on my link tree through my bio. Here's the PDF. Let me change the crop. They make it more comfortable. Yes. Nova Beware. It is a reading episode. In this document, I will be presenting the accusations made against Eve Perks. Is it bigoted of me to immediately presume that means they're trans? That name, Eve Perks? Their aliases include Nova, Novasty, or Novasty, Novastix AD, and Pup Nova. I have ordered these statements in order of chronological instance. What is this phrasing? To demonstrate the timeline of Nova's behavior. Source 1, Anonymous. Okay, I mean, it implies that there are non-anonymous sources. Maybe you should do it chronologically with people who are willing to put their name to it and then share anonymous ones? I don't know. Late night, November 14th, 2024, at a birthday party. So the earliest is November 24. Okay. Quote, this is from what I can recall. Given that I was very drunk and extremely exhausted, I must admit I wasn't 100% feeling it that night to start out, but I have a hard time saying no to people, so I just let it happen. We did some foreplay type stuff. I have to admit they were pretty rough with me. I did say that it was too much at one point. Specifically, what was the foreplay? Are they a guy or are they a girl? Were they also drunk? Hold up. I have to admit they were pretty rough with me. I did say it was too much at one point, especially since I have a condition that makes me prone to pain down there. When you're including, I have a condition that makes it hurt. Later in bed, I was really tired and trying to hint in the nicest way possible that I just wasn't feeling it, but they kept being pushy. I was exhausted and having a hard time resisting, so pretty much just gave in. By pretty much gave in, do you mean you gave explicit consent? This is too wishy-washy. Too wishy-washy to start with. And let them do their thing. I didn't have the energy to explain myself. I then began feeling pretty sensitive down there and explained that I couldn't take things any further. And what was their thing? What were they doing? Because they proceed to say, they kept touching and it hurt. I ended up excusing myself to the bathroom to find they had in fact made me bleed down there from being too rough. That's all I can remember. I feel like their description of how they felt and why they did things, and the description of what actually happened, paints potentially conflicting pictures. Now, I think all furries should burn in hell, so I'm very much biased against any furry accused of rape and molestation, but questionable start, especially considering this is from an anonymous individual. By the way, not anonymous, anonymous, sorry, to be clear. Now we have a named individual. Salty/Casa. Midday. 12 p.m. rape. 12 p.m. raping. A real one. True hardcore molester. November 23rd at Furcation. I'm pretty sure anywhere called Furcation, in the terms of service, you have to sign off on accepting you're going to get diddled. Like, me and Nova. Nope, deserved rape. Nova and I met at Furcation when she and Cauliflower came to sit with me. We're in hell. We're in hell. Cryptic and another friend PJ at a table in the main area. After speaking for about an hour, I had to head back to my caravan where PJ and Nova joined me. Cryptic didn't originally too, but left before we got back. Once back at caravan, I had to shower and PJ had to leave to grab something from their own, leaving just me and Nova alone in the caravan. Nova and I spoke for a bit before she came up in front of me. She, but I guarantee they have a penis. Eve Perks is not the name of a vagina haver. Once back at the caravan, She's a lot taller than me. Yeah, I bet she is. I bet she is. So this instantly made me a tad uncomfortable, but I ignored, and put both of her hands on my waist and moving them all the way up and down my torso and chest in different motions before leaning down to attempt to kiss me. Adding on to this, I used the excuse of the shower in order to get away once I realized what was happening. However, since my caravan was an access one, the bathroom was a big wet room, where the door didn't close entirely, and if you wanted to, you could 100% see whoever was inside. My roomies can vouch for that. I still showered, and while I can't confirm anything because I had my back turned, I felt eyes on me the entire time, which obviously made me extremely uncomfortable. I was abused by them staring at me while I was in the shower. I wasn't looking at them. I had my back turned, but I could feel that they were looking at me. Your Honor, I'm psychic. Horrendous evidence. The worst evidence of all time. I could feel that I was being peeped on. By the time I had finished in the shower, luckily 2 other people I was staying with had come back to the caravan, but even then, Nova was extremely touchy with me, pulling me in for hugs and pressing me against herself. Furries are a separate community. Their level of science is at the point where they believe that we shoot beams out of our eyes that then bounce back. And some of them can feel it. Again, she's a lot taller than me, and I'm very weak due to disabilities, so wouldn't be able to effectively resist. We'll also add at the table with everyone at first, she was very comfortable making explicit sexual jokes. Sorry, so we do have a claim of unwanted touching. But I feel that that is somewhat undermined by the claim that you could tell they were looking at you when you couldn't see them, because you could feel the beams from their eyes, I presume. And they made jokes. Also, when you try to appeal to oppression, I guess, I don't know, disability, I couldn't have fought them back. It doesn't matter whether you could or not. If someone touches you and you don't want it, and they're fucking diddling you, you could be the strongest man in the world, it's still wrong. Right? So that you're trying to gild the lily of the base accusation of unwanted touching in this way gets my back up a bit. But this is only accusation number 2. Alright? Number 3, anonymous. Okay. 31st December / 1st of January at a New Year's party. I was meaning to say, I did play with Nova. That was consensual. Yeah, but what do you mean play? Basketball? I presume we're not talking basketball. But before that, the first time I met them at New Year's, they were very flirty the second I stepped through the door. Very up in my personal space and kissed me without really asking and pinned me against the fridge in the kitchen. I let it go, but was definitely very forward and uncomfortable. So you played with them after this? Right. They're very sexually upfront. At a New Year's party, they kissed you and then you fucked them later. Is your testimony. Okay. Alright. I don't really know what to say. Daisuke, I presume that's how it's pronounced, /Ray. January 3rd, circa late 2023. Okay. Please note that these DMs include 2 separate incidents with Nova spread over a year apart. Unfortunately, an exact date is difficult to grasp as messages no longer exist regarding this. Upon realizing the dates of which the most recent incident occurred, it is now clear that Nova was having sex with people despite having a positive gonorrhea result and no jab on the 3rd. Hello, I'm a diseased furry. Non-anonymous. I got paused. Nova Pup paused me. I alerted Daisuke/Ray to this in our communications, and they said that Nova made no mention of the positive gonorrhea test. Sorry, do the people in this document know that you are disclosing someone they had sexual contact with is tested positive for gonorrhea? Because you're just outing all of these people's contact with, Is gonorrhea bacterial or viral? I don't know. I'm not a science man. Or a health man. Are you just outing all these people? Don't fuck any of these people! Not that you would anyway, but they all potentially have gonorrhea and are exposed to someone with a gonorrhea diagnosis. There you go. Nova now says that they stated this verbally in person, but Daisuke vehemently denies this. Now, there's immediately some information I want. Is Daisuke denying this because it didn't happen? Or has Daisuke neglected to get tested themselves, proceeded to sleep with people, and not inform them of their exposure, their knowing exposure to gonorrhea? Now it gets interesting. Okay. The first instance, I met Nova on Grindr, and without knowing my age at the time, I was very clearly underaged. They offered to have a threesome with me and another guy. The other dude was fine. No, he wasn't! If you were... Stop! If the other dude was also an adult and you were very clearly a child, the other dude is also fucking a child, knowingly. What is this? Was the other guy also underage? And you say very clearly underage. To me, that means you looked like a 12-year-old or 13 or 14 or something. What are the ages here? Ages not immediately listed. Come on. Come on. So, people in chat are saying, underage on Grindr, that's on you. I would suggest this depends. If someone is let's say someone is under the age of consent by a matter of a couple months, and they look like an adult, and they're on Grindr, and someone matches with them and sleeps with them, it's like, I can understand that happening to someone. If there's like a fucking 12-year-old on Grindr and someone matches with them, no, fucking no. Right? There's a little grey. The grey is if they're very close to the age of consent and they look like an adult. So it's understandable that someone would make a mistake and it's not that severe. If they are, as is described here, very clearly underage, it doesn't matter that they're on Grindr. They're very clearly underage, so don't fuck them even though they signed up. Right? Is 16 legal for gays in the UK? Hang on. Is it it's in the UK 16 is age of consent if you're straight and then 18 if you're gay, or is that changed? Guys, I'm googling gay age of consent. Gay age of consent UK. AI overview. The age of consent in the UK for gay men is 16. Oh, so it became equal. It was equalized. The Sexual Offences Act 2000 made the age of legal consent for heterosexuals and homosexuals equal. Right. So we're not talking someone who is 17 years and 11 months old. We're talking 16 or younger. I don't think there's much grey. I thought gays had to be 18 in the UK. Was on our way to the other guy's house. She kept pulling me and unconsensually touching me and making me uncomfortable. It was in the past, before 2000. Wait, it used to be 21? It used to be 21, and now it's 16. Okay. There's not much room for grey, actually, then, is there? When we got to the dude's house, he was being calm and slowly eased into things. However, when Nova kept rushing me and kept rubbing my leg after I said my safe word, so I cut contact for a little over a year. So this isn't saying you were very clearly underage, and it's very clearly under 16. So we're talking someone young as fuck. Not 17 years and 11 months, but significantly younger than 16. But how old were you? Why isn't it telling us how old they were? Beginning of January, they wanted to do some exhibitionist stuff with me after I got back in contact. I told them I have a CNC. What? So you can precisely cut wood into shapes using your computer? I told them I have a CNC, but I did not say I gave full consent to anything. I'm aware of consensual, non-consensual, where it's like rape roleplay, but like I have a consensual non-consent? But I did not say I gave full consent to anything. Okay, they were being very aggressive the whole time and even physically injured my pussy! I have a picture of the tear from after I cleaned it up. Bro! I told them several times I was uncomfortable with what happened. This person just going around ripping pussies to shreds. I was uncomfortable with what happened and even told them not to touch me as I was panicking and honestly wasn't even in the mood to fuck them. However, they continued to keep touching me until I got on the train home. That same night, I told my partner, who sent a not so friendly text to them, which eased my anxiety a bit. We're reading some of the texts on this one. Okay, really didn't want to have to talk this way with you, but you fucking raped and hurt my partner? Why in any way is that okay? You tore their pussy. That's not okay! Rape's one thing, but you ripped their pussy hole. Because Ray is keeping you in their life, I won't block you and kick you, but if you do that shit again, if you rape again, you'll be an outcast. I can let you off one rape. It's the furry community after all. If you do that shit again, I will outcast you and ruin you. Consider this my one and only warning. Rape my partner once. Shame on me. Like, what? If I believe you did that, if I believe you raped someone I cared about, I would probably not be able to control myself. I'm not saying it would be right for me to torture you to death. That wouldn't be justice. But I would probably, like, not be able to control myself, is what I'm saying. Okay, they responded. Okay, the raped part they haven't mentioned to me. And tearing them was fully unintentional. You saying I raped them is the first time I'm hearing of this. I wish I'd pre-watched. This isn't gonna be funny. Okay, hang on. Just give me a second. This isn't gonna be funny. I ruined it. I ruined it by not pre-watching or pre-reading. Such is the price. You saying I raped them? This is the first time I've heard of this.
She just died? Wow. I didn't know that. I just, you're telling me now for the first time.
I raped?
She led an amazing life. What else can you say? She was an amazing woman. Whether you agreed or not, she was an amazing woman who led an amazing life.
Very, very elastic pussy. Very elastic pussy. I'm shocked that I could bring it to its limit. Now we have the gonorrhea comments, the gonorrhea conversation. When did you test positive for gonorrhea originally? Around New Year's, right? Pre-Christmas. Can you give an exact date, please? The 27th. Just looked at the text. And what date did you get the jab? 6th. You had sex with Daisuke on the 3rd. Daisuke did not know you had the gonorrhea. Has Daisuke agreed to have this information released? Are we just... Is this just a massive furry STD docs? I told them in person, and like Vix, they accepted the risk. They did not mention in their initial message anything about gonorrhea. I told them in person, like I just said. I don't think anyone would consent to having sex with someone who has untreated gonorrhea. That's where you're wrong. People be disgusting. Ray, thank you for coming forward. It's difficult to do so, and you're helping others here. Did Nova tell you they had tested positive earlier that week? No, what the fuck? Okay, please get tested. What were they diagnosed with? Oh, man. Oh, man. This person is destroying furries. Gonorrhea jump scare. Did they tell you they were diagnosed? No? With what? You jump scared them with like this person making this document. They probably thought they had fucking AIDS before you said gonorrhea. Did you guys do penetrative sex? Protected or unprotected? Protected. So this Eve woman has a penis, I presume. Or they were penetrated by Daisuke. Is Daisuke / Ray? Okay. That's a guy, right? I don't know. Siffy, they told them the person they fucked was diagnosed before mentioning the disease. They're like... Imagine if someone asked you, like, did you sleep with this person? And you go, yeah. And then they say, did you know they have the virus? And then it fucking turns out to be gonorrhea. Which still ain't great, but you know, what are you going to be thinking of if someone's like, did you know they have the disease? Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? You didn't tell me you had gonorrhea, don't just ghost me. First, I'm at dinner with my family. 2, I told you in person you said you're fine with the risk. 3, it was oral gonorrhea, you were more than safe. No, you didn't tell me. I did too. I would have remembered that. This is pretty good. All right, Riot. This is from the sex party, the League of Legends sex party. January 19th, 2025. At April's Animals house party. Statement is a summary of voice recording from Riot stating the events from the night. I've shown them this summary and they have confirmed with me that this is accurate and represents their experience with Nova that night truthfully. It should be clarified that Riot did not attend Animals and only the after party. Very well. I arrived at the party a bit later than it started due to needing rest from being under the weather. I made it very clear to everyone I was speaking to that I was not feeling great, and Nova had been made aware of this by myself and Mango earlier on before Animals, as well as upon my arrival to April's party. Before I can even take my coat off, Nova instantly swarmed me, became a mass of multiple entities, and surrounded me. Bear in mind, this is my first time meeting Nova in person. I was not ready at this point in the night to socialize one-on-one and wanted to warm up by socializing in groups. What is this? Oh. I let Nova know and they left me alone for a bit. Later on, we ended up talking, and they make the point that these kinds of parties were great for trans people. Bingo. We end up talking, and they make the point that these kind of parties were great for trans people, as it was a safe way for them to get together. The way they said this had sexual connotations. They also noted how we were both trans, and that made it easier for them to understand me. This felt rather rude, as it felt that she was saying that all trans folks go through the same experience, and that she immediately knew who I was despite... What is this? Stop making the furry rapist sound more normal than you. Excuse me. You think we might connect in a way that another random person might not because we share a characteristic? How dare you, bigot? We are all diverse. Stop it. Stop it. This felt rather rude, as it felt that she was saying that all trans folks go through the same experience, and that she immediately knew who I was despite hardly speaking to me at all about my experience, or even throughout our entire time of knowing each other, both online and in person. Right, to be clear, they specified first time meeting Nova in person, but they did already know each other, and I don't know to what degree they knew it. Okay, to what degree they knew each other, how familiar they were online. But I brushed off the comment. At the time it didn't feel that weird, but looking back it felt like a manipulation tactic to get closer. Shortly after socializing with some people outside the house by the kitchen door, I make my way back inside the kitchen and Nova approaches me. During light conversation she mentions that she could just kiss me right now, to which I declined by saying I was sick. They then take my drink out of my hand while I'm drinking from the glass, and she says, "I don't mind," in regards to me being sick. I tell her that her taking the drink was rude, and shortly after she kisses me, which was completely unprompted. She has me pinned against a wall in a room full of people, and I don't want to make a scene. She didn't ask about kissing me at all. After Your characterization of providing an excuse doesn't change that it's possible that it happened in a way. I don't know. Am I fucking crazy? Am I the only person who would be like, don't kiss me? Because they could easily have been saying, like, I'm sick for the benefit of that person and it not being an excuse in the moment. After stopping the kiss... Hold on. And thank you for the sub. After stopping the kiss, I asked Nova why they still hadn't given me my drink back and if they were going to drink from it. So the kiss was non-consensual. You stopped it and then asked about getting your drink back. So you were comfortable enough to talk to them afterwards, but you didn't say, what are you doing? Or don't do that. You said, are you going to give me my drink back? To which they said they weren't drinking that night as they were staying sober for the night. After some more conversation, Nova goes back in for a kiss, and I do end up reciprocating at points during the kiss! Fuck you. Fuck off. This is a rewrite of history. You were into it. Your comment on being sick was for their benefit. It was not an excuse. They said they could just kiss you right now. You said you were sick. They said they don't mind. You kissed them. You stopped the kiss, didn't say anything about the kiss, and then reciprocated afterwards. Fuck off. Fuck off. They start feeling around my hips and waist, which I am initially okay with, and they begin to loosen my pants somewhat. I help them to do so. As at first, I believe, so they grab at your hips and you start taking your clothes off. Okay, I believe they only want to grab my waist more, but they then immediately go to finger me, which was not at all discussed beforehand and I was not okay with. That's not rape. That's a misunderstanding. They're groping at you and you take your clothes off and they move to finger you. Now, they could then do something terrible to you afterwards. But so far, That's like a... If you didn't want it, it's like a faux pas. You aren't gay. I'm having chat yelling at me in rage that I'm not gay. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was not aroused at all, and this meant that the fingering was very dry and painful. I've got to tell you, I'm confused. Is this a trans man? I was operating on the idea that it was two trans women. In which case, why would arousal lead to moisture? I need the mechanics. I'm sorry, I need to know. What do you have down there? Cause are you talking about like I wasn't aroused so my asshole wasn't sweating? Or are you you're both trans? The person accused is clearly a trans woman. Are you a trans man so you have a vagina that can get wet? Or what are you? What are you? We are still kissing at this point, and so I bite their lip to indicate disapproval. What do you mean? I gave the universal signal of non-consent. I bit their lip. What are you talking about? To which they respond with by biting me back, and they do not get the message and continue to finger me. After they finish, I then proceed to buckle my pants up and put my knee out at an angle to create some space between me and Nova. I also hold my cup up directly to my mouth so that Nova cannot kiss me again. Shortly after this, I decide to leave and talk to other people for a while. Later on in the night, Nova grabs me by the hand and drags me up the stairs while asking, do you want to go upstairs? Which was a futile question to ask as they were already pulling me along through crowds of people, so I didn't feel as if I had much of a choice. This is 100% someone lying and rewriting history. They dragged me for 30 miles to the rape cave. I was unwilling. We end up upstairs at the corridor around the 2 bedrooms and bathroom at April's house, and I'm relieved to see other people and familiar faces, and so for a while I made conversation with other people and try to put some distance between myself and Nova. I notice at this point that everyone here is somewhat undressed, and I am still fully dressed. Nova then approaches me and tries to initiate sexual contact by forcefully slamming me against the wall. Attempts to initiate sexual contact by climbing the outside of the cage, jumping off and slamming me through 2 tables. And a chain I wear through the loops on my pants clangs quite loudly, making everyone in the near vicinity reactively cheer, as from an outside perspective this looks like 2 people having fun. This made it even harder for me to clarify that I was not okay with what happened next. Gang raped by furries, let's go. While I had a drink up against my lips, they once again moved my drink out of the way and kissed me. They are successful in doing so, and I bite them and they bite me back, and again they don't get the message. This is just nonsense. This is just nonsense. At this point, Nova, once again without consent, enters my pants and fingers me in the hallway. How stretched out are you that you call it the hallway? This time without any assistance or allowance from myself. The previous time there was assistance. Oh, taking the clothes off. Taking the clothes off. Oh, so you allowed them last time. And I don't know how to tell them to stop without making a scene. Just say don't do this. During this, I am pressing my hands against their shoulders in an attempt to indicate discomfort. At no point did Nova ask for permission to finger or kiss me, and they did not ask afterwards to check if I was okay or what they were doing was okay. Being both sick, tired, and not warmed up to the party, I could not find my inner voice and was quiet. Nova then takes me to the spare bedroom, and there are other people, and I try to find a conversation to escape into and avoid further contact with Nova. I was still somewhat in shock from what Nova had done to me twice that night. The best way I can describe this is fear paralysis. I hadn't understood it in the moment, but upon reflection, what Nova did to me both in the kitchen and upstairs hallway was undeniably sexual assault. You've been gaslighted. 100%. 100%. I wanted to show them I was uncomfortable, so I sucked on their tongue as hard as I could. I wanted to show them I didn't want sexual contact, so I ripped my underwear off. Oh, man. Nova asks the other people in the room to leave, to which they agree. Whilst we are alone, I explain that I'm feeling ill, that I am off my game, and that I was feeling uncomfortable, and that I would like to do stuff with someone else at the party to warm up instead. Okay. But then, so from this point on, you could easily be abused. You've clearly expressed no. But then, what is this? Rather ignorantly, after some small talk, they then ask me if I would like to perform oral sex on them as foreplay for getting in the mood of the party, and still in shock, I reluctantly agree, as they wouldn't take no for an answer. You agreed. What do you mean they would... Stop. What do you mean they wouldn't take no for an answer? It's written like a hypothetical, though. What I mean is, to a normal person, them not taking no for an answer means you said no and they wouldn't accept it. This sounds like they're saying, I presume they wouldn't take no for an answer, so I said yes. Or in other words, I said yes. They then asked me to lay down on the bed, and I do this with the understanding that I would be performing oral sex on them, and before any oral sex began, I complained to them that this position was going to be uncomfortable. They did not respond to me, and they then lay down on top of me and begin to perform oral sex on me while inserting their member in my mouth in the 69 position. Trans, gok, doxed. Tim, please, that was a no. I'm ill, I'm off my game, I want to do stuff to warm up is a no. But it's like a soft no. And whether it's rapeoid depends on exactly how this Nova person responded to that. Depends how pushy they were and exactly what they did. And depends exactly how it was phrased to them and what they say back. Do I think Nova didn't understand that was a no? I don't know. I think there's a possibility that Nova could interpret off my game as this person being insecure and lacking confidence. Talking about being off their game and needing to warm up could be interpreted as them lacking confidence and feeling bad about themselves. Making a response to that being like, why don't you warm up with me? Why don't we do oral sex to get you into the mood? Less rapeoid. Depends. Right? I'm not making that assumption. I'm stating it as a possibility. I'm not saying that is what happened. I'm saying it easily could have. They then asked me to lay down on the bed. Hang on. From my perspective, I believe it was fairly obvious to them that I wasn't into what was happening, and they were being quite rough with me, which I believe caused me to lose my voice throughout the night. During oral, I take several breaks to get air. We also don't know, when they were saying they were off their game, we don't know how they said that. Like, oh, let's not do this, like, oh man, I'm really off my game, this is going to be awful. What was happening, and they were being quite rough with me. Though, this is hard to me to relate to because I'm not a huge slut and I've never engaged with people like this or had to say anything like this. Fairly obvious to them that I wasn't into what was happening and they're being quite rough with me, which I believe caused me to lose my voice throughout the night. They fucked the voice out of me. They shredded my vocal cords. During oral, I take several breaks to get air, and during these breaks I tell them multiple times that I need to leave to go to the bathroom. Okay, and whenever this happened, they would not respond to my request, and either they would reinsert themselves. Okay, Siffy, forcing someone to stay and throat fucking them? Sure. That's rapeoid. Or I would reluctantly end up reinserting them myself. Oh. Okay, that leads me to question their characterization. Oh. I was not getting a response and couldn't remove myself from the situation physically. Eventually, I have to remove them from my mouth and tell them several times to let me go to the bathroom. Okay, that's rapeoid. After pleading with them, they eventually do unmount. However, before letting me go, they then reposition and place their member against my frontal genitalia, which I did not consent to at all. Okay. They have most of their weight resting on me, and I press against them with my frontal genitalia. So this is a trans man. Yes, that is my reading as well. The only thing that would make it more obvious is if they said front hole. They have most of their weight resting on me, and I press against them with my legs to prevent them from inserting themselves, and they then tell me, what if I went in all the way? Okay, this is omega rapeoid. This person is a rapist. What if you pushed me in? Terrified, I tell them that I really need to go to the bathroom and that I don't want to have sex with anyone before sexual intercourse with another person at the party. As an excuse for them to leave me alone. Right. So to be clear for context, Mango is the person who wrote this document. So, or at least published it. So what I immediately have in my mind is the possibility that in their relationship with Mango, they have an agreement that they slut out, but it has to be Mango first. They betrayed Mango, and they have to cover it up with this potentially. Would be a hypothetical scenario. I'm not suggesting it happened, but that being emphasized is weird. But yeah, if this the not letting them go to the bathroom thing, the way they position themselves in front of their, I presume, vagina, very, very rape-pilled. This line becomes suspect. After they finally get off me, I run to the bathroom and I have to console myself. I sit on the toilet, hands on my face on the verge of tears, and I take out my frustration physically on a cupboard. I leave the bathroom and Mango is there waiting for me, and I tell him that my experience with Nova had been very poor, that they violated my boundaries and did not ask for consent, and completely ignored me when I retracted my consent. How did you retract consent if you never gave it? Past this point, I surround myself with friends, and Mango has a serious conversation with Nova outside. What's going on, buddy? You raped my boy/girlfriend. What's going on, buddy? Outside the front of the house to tell Nova that she needs to respect other people's boundaries and that they had deeply upset me that night. Later that night, I communicate my discomfort and disgust at Nova's actions via text, to which I gave the excuse that they have difficulty reading people's actions and that they were high, which didn't... Sorry, you're a rapist. You are a man with a vagina raping a woman with a penis because she was inebriated. Sorry, you are the rapist. That's the way it works. They were high, which didn't align with what they had told me prior to the night. A few days later, she deleted our entire chat. Fortunately, I'd taken screenshots of our communications from the night of Abel's party before Nova deleted them. No worries, hon. I just got a dick pill, so I'll be all good when you get here. Sweet. How long do you think the party will last? Quite a bit. Probably early in the morning like New Year's. What has been omitted from this? You're not sure when you're next going to check your phone, but you seem a little too busy for me to pull aside for a chat. You defo came on way too strong for me, especially to begin with. In a group setting like this, it's hard to say no, but I feel like I tried to let on I'm not about the horny vibe right now. Like, making out was fun, but also you didn't ask. I was hoping I could finish this text before Mango reached you, because he asked how it was and I couldn't lie. He asked how it was? And before the party, you were discussing this person's dick pills, and they were telling you they had dick pills to be ready for you, and you said sweet. I feel like that's immensely important context for how they behaved with you when you arrived at the party. Sorry, the person you were discussing taking dick pills to be ready for you at the party came on strongly. You also didn't ask about hand stuff, and I should have been more clear when we did foreplay in the other room, but I'm being like, I'm sick, I need to climatize. I want to warm up with Mango first. I'm feeling extra autistic today. Oh. Are all very telling. I need more time. I did have fun at moments, but this initial meeting and lack of consent checking has put me off for a hot minute. This is not you raped me. This is 5 out of 10. No, yeah, I fully understand that. I wasn't thinking, and I don't often get signs / can't read people well. I probably should have said, hey, just be very upfront or I'm not going to get hints and shit. I was a bit high and not trying to use that as an excuse. I feel really shit about this, and I was going to give it a day or two before messaging you to apologize. I'm really sorry about this, and I've been trying to give you space. Thank you for at least messaging, but I'm going to keep giving you space while I continue to sort through all of this. Not thinking isn't good enough, and if you know you have an issue with reading the room, you should be mindful of that and remember to check in with others. Being physical with people is a big thing, and it's about trust. The way that you didn't ask at any moment what I'd rather do, my opinion / review. The way you didn't ask for a review? You didn't ask for a review afterwards. Or anything shows such a lack of care. If you barely know someone, each person has a responsibility to be mindful. You have no idea what I've experienced or what I could struggle with and didn't try to check, other than sending 2 text messages top about it. Spontaneous sex with hot strangers is cool and all, but people aren't just for mashing genitals. We've all got feelings too. Cheers for the space. I want to see what happens before this. Sir, you did not give me a review. You have tanked my rating. I now consider this rape, rather than just a poor experience. Oh. Okay. It's bean time. It's bean time. 24th January at a friend's house. I can't wait to hear what Eve's voice sounds like, by the way. Eve walked into the living room and everyone gave group introductions, standing next to a coffee table and sofa. Eve walked over to the sofa next to me. She stood for a moment, exchanging conversation and showing me the patches on her jacket. She gave me some head scratches at some point in the conversation. Then after a short time, I turned around to find something on the table. Oh God, what is it? What's in the box? As I bent over, Eve leaned forward and open hand spanked my... Okay. You were trying to find something you were aware of on the table. Eve didn't take a dump on the table or something. Eve leaned forward and an open hand spanked my ass on the right cheek. More force than a gentle tap, but less than anything to cause pain. This startled me and I yelped. I turned around and said words to the effect of, that wasn't okay, and don't hit people without consent. A short while after, she beckoned me closer to her and apologized and offered to scratch my head, to which I declined. A little frantic, I tried to pretend everything was okay after. I resumed general conversation with the group. Then Ada invited me upstairs. That's also a trans individual. After some consideration, it was decided that the group would like Eve to leave. Ellie saw her out, and the also a trans individual, I guarantee you. Saw her out, and the night resumed. Statement from Bean regarding Eve. From Ellie. Okay. Right. That's the entirety of it. So that is what people are being warned against. I would suggest, if you don't want to have sex with this person, tell them. I would like to suggest... Okay, look. This is not me trying to humiliate a minority. This is for your safety. Photos of this dangerous individual have been included in the document. Let me crop this to make sure there are no nipples. Let me just make absolutely sure there are no nipples. So okay. This is the person accused of rape. There are pictures. Be careful. If you lead this person on, they might fuck you. Watch out. This is Eve. Photos were included. Eve with a show lot. This is Eve. For some reason, they included a picture with a filter, which I think is not very useful unless you're wearing Google Glass. And finally, perhaps the best picture, here is Eve. Also with a filter. Alright. This is just a public service announcement. This individual is accused of multiple rapes. Alright? Okay. What else do we have? We have folders that just include the screenshots that were in the document. And there's a transcript of the phone call with context. Let's just see the context. I should give some background to the phone call between me and Nova. This recording begins approximately 1 minute after the phone call began. In that minute prior to the beginning of the recording, I asked the question of why Nova had smacked someone's behind. This is why Nova says 2 at the beginning, because I had asked multiple questions at the beginning of the phone call. Regarding Nova not having sex before the jab, please note that at this point I was not aware of Daisuke's account, and only after Nova leaving a group chat after my phone call that night did Daisuke come forward. I will sometimes provide further context within this transcript. That's fine. I would like to hear their voice.
I feel like it should be important that we record this.
2. Reason I didn't tell Riot I tested positive for gonorrhea was because I had already got my jab and I had my jab.
So they admit to not telling them.
For 2 weeks at that point.
Okay, and if you'd listened to what the doctors had said, the doctors would have told you that you need to retest afterwards because there's the chance that it doesn't clear everything out of your system, which is why you can't have sex until you retest it, and you definitely can't have sex.
Bro, this person supposedly raped your girlfriend. Why are you talking about gonorrhea?
Sex within 7 days.
I got told by the nurse I was fine.
The deeper voice is Mango, the boyfriend of the one who was supposedly held down and face raped.
And after a week.
Okay, you were fine after a week, and everyone in the group chat, knows that you retest for gonorrhea, and you retest for anything.
Everyone in the group chat.
Because not every treatment is 100% concrete.
What are we talking about retesting?
I just went off what the nurse said.
Additionally, may I ask why did you rebook? Why did you rebook for another sex test if you weren't sure that you were completely clean?
No, that was the one they automatically did.
They automatically do that. Okay.
Yeah, that was the one that was already done. That's why I was trying to tell you with that screenshot. Like, it's already been put through.
Okay.
I've just been waiting.
Okay. So,
I have no idea how old this person is. It's claimed that they had sex with someone who's obviously underaged. But I believe that's an anonymous claim. Let me double check. Or maybe it is. Is it? Is that, no, this is the Daisuke person. Daisuke claims to have been underage. And in the UK, that means under 16. So, not talking about 17 years and 11 months. If they are obviously underage, that would mean obviously under 16, not even obviously under 18.
Lastly, from what I've been told,
which is like fucking a baby.
You had a breakdown after your situation with the riot. You were in a room and you were quite upset about the situation. So, given the fact that you understood the severity of that, why now, not even a week after, just literally a week, not even a full week, have you immediately gone and smacked someone's ass? I don't see how that's stupid. It is stupid, don't get me wrong, but I don't think you're...
These are all furries. They're in a group chat and they go to events together.
Stupid. What you did with Riot, the more Riot's been telling me about it, the more that's borderline rape.
The more Riot tells me, the more it's borderline rape. Okay.
You mounted them. They never said at any point. They never made any flirtation. They never made any indication towards you. Hey, I'm, let's do stuff. They never made that.
Right. I think my hypothetical might be real. Riot is this person's partner, is my understanding. And they talk about having an agreement to do it with Mango first. Riot betrayed Mango, and we can see from text logs that Nova and Riot were talking about Nova having dick pills so they'll be ready for them. This is suspect to me. This is really suspect to me. They made no... So he said there was no suggestion of you doing anything. There was no flirtation. Look at the text logs between Nova and Riot. No worries, hun. I just got a dick pill, so I'll be all good when you get here. What happened before that? Why are they talking about dick pills? I'd suggest that is in and of itself an indication of interest in doing something. Especially when the response from your partner is sweet.
Drag them off of that. Okay? And the more I'm hearing about that, the more it sounds like rape to me. You ask them, what if you pushed me in? That's what they're telling me. And Riot was actually pushing their legs against you the entire time. And you had your member up against their front entrance, okay?
Front entrance?
I don't exactly see how that's... Oh, it was just a bit of a misunderstanding. And they never said they were interested. They never said they were interested. At any point did they say they wanted to do anything. That's my question.
I feel like the text is a problem. I've got dick pills, so I'll be ready for you, sweet. That occurred, and at no point... Riot supposedly, according to Riot themselves, undressed for this person to give them access to their body. I don't know, I think it's crazy that Nova isn't saying it. Because these are screenshots provided by Riot.
You've worded... Could you...
Okay, just answer the question for me. Answer the question for me. At any point did they say to you, I want to have sex?
I asked, would you want to do some head stuff? And they went, sure. And I was like, okay. So we went into the room.
Okay.
That's
and
just
then
why I remember.
You stripped yourself naked. You did the oral stuff. And after a while, they said, I'm not really feeling this. I'm not really okay about this. I want to save.
That's a change in the story. Isn't it? Granted, this isn't Riot talking. Hang on. Stairs. Riot's story is that they said they were ill and off their game, not feeling it, and then Nova suggested oral sex. In their call, they discuss it being Riot agreed to oral sex and then said all that stuff. I don't know.
And I was like, okay. So we went to the room.
Okay.
That's
And
just why I
then
remember.
you stripped yourself naked, you did the oral stuff, and after a while they said, I'm not really feeling this. I'm not really okay about this. I wanna save myself for later. I'm not, I want to warm up still. These are all
Okay, so the warm-up stuff, I guess they're just missing out this one. The warm-up stuff did it happen? No, that supposedly happened before the oral. Did that happen again? Okay. It looks to me... Okay, no. They said the same thing twice. They're just missing out that it was said beforehand. So they did say they didn't want to have sex with anyone before having sex with Mango. They're framing it here as an excuse to get this person to leave them alone. I'm interested what Nova says, because I have a suspicion this sounds like a story told to Mango to convince Mango they weren't cheating.
things that they were saying they're not okay with what's happening. Those are all indicators that someone isn't okay. Now, let me finish for a moment. So, I ask you again, when you mounted Riot, did you or did you not ask if they wanted to have sex? Because oral sex and penetrative sex are two different things.
I did ask. They said the moral stuff, and they said they were also saving stuff for you. And I was like, okay, that's cool.
Okay, all right.
I did put my member up to them, but I was never gonna go in. I was trying to just be flirty and teasy was all.
So can I ask you something? Can I ask you something? At what point in the night did you go and have a breakdown and need to have someone console you? At what point in the night was that?
That was after you talked to me.
Okay.
I talked to Alex, and I fully went to Alex. I was like,
After you intimidated that poor trans woman.
I have fucked up. I made a big mistake. That is on me.
Okay.
And it was less consoling. It was more just, I just wanted to talk to someone, just to be like, I know.
I don't think you can confront someone, break them down, and then later use their reaction to you confronting them as evidence that they knew what they were doing.
I've done something wrong. I am owning up.
This Nova person's obviously a freak, but I don't think you can confront someone and then try to present their reaction to your confrontation as if it's them understanding themselves.
So, and yeah, wow.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Deleting the messages with Riot, it was largely a thing of just, I didn't want. Yeah. How do I word this?
You didn't want it used against you?
No, not that.
Then why are you deleting it?
I don't know how to word this. Give me a second.
Yeah. All right.
This Nova person is ostensibly a freak. But Mango's an absolute unbelievable retard. Destroying the possibility of any kind of just recourse is my take so far.
I just wanted to give him space. And I know deleting it was not the right way to do that. No,
Okay, go on. You wanted to give them space. Explain your reasoning. Go on.
I wonder if Nova's trying to hide infidelity.
Give them space, but I also didn't. It was always on my head at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to give them space, and I didn't want my messages to be there in their box as like a constant reminder of what happened.
Okay.
So I deleted them, and I do know that was probably not the right thing to do. but I can't bring those messages back.
Right. But consider that the deleted messages include whatever occurred prior to Nova saying to Riot, I just got a dick pill, so I'll be all good when you get here. What was said prior to that? I think Mango might just be a cuckold. And is being covered by Nova and Riot.
So, I've actually asked quite a few people to now save screenshots between you of them because you can't be trusted to not delete screenshots. So, I don't think it's worth it you deleting screenshots from this point forward because when this goes forward, it will be considered destruction of evidence.
It will be considered destruction of evidence. By who? The Furry Council? You're all getting raped because you have constructed a rape system. You've like designed your world for this to happen.
Additionally, I don't exactly see how that's really an excuse, giving them space, because giving them space means not talking to them anymore. Giving them space means staying away from each other in social circles. Deleting your messages between them, that is not giving them space. That's you hiding.
I'm not trying to hide. I'm owning up to this. That's
okay. You're owning up. So if you were owning up about it, why would you delete it? Because that just comes off as disingenuous. That comes off as somebody who's trying to hide what they've done. Not show what they've done. Be honest about it. Come forward about it.
Please. Please show me what you were telling my girlfriend about. Whatever the fuck it is. About with your dick pills. Please, I need to know.
Mango.
Yeah?
I'm being genuine about this, alright?
Okay. So explain to me, if you're being genuine about it, explain to me how deleting a conversation is genuine.
No, I don't know, okay? I just...
No, because you're saying you're being genuine about it, and you're deleting conversations between people about serious matters. People who are being honest about things, people who are being genuine about things, they own up to what they've done. Deleting your messages with someone where you admit that you've done something wrong.
I think Nova's protecting Riot. I don't know. Look, there's not much evidence to go off of. But my gut feeling is that this is Nova protecting Riot from being in trouble with Mango for a betrayal of their agreement that when they do things with other partners, they do something together first. Am I crazy?
Is hiding from the truth. Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
Okay.
I didn't think about these parts of that. I just deleted them and just wanted to go behind me and just not talk to Riot again and just let them do their thing. It's why I haven't really talked or reacted to anything much in Terrence chat because I was like, I'm just not getting involved in there as much as possible.
Okay.
So they're in another group chat.
All right. What happened at vacation?
Vacation?
Which one is it?
Yeah.
Could you allow...
Alright, I'm willing to draw a line under you raping my partner. That's fine. Let's talk about furcation.
Right. A lot of stuff happened at vacation.
I heard from someone that you had a pretty negative experience with someone at vacation. Physically.
With
physically?
That's what I'm trying to find out.
I don't know what's going on. Nothing happened at vacation.
Okay.
There was the stuff when me and Collie broke up.
Do you think I could convince Mango to kill Riot? If I'm right, if my theory is right, do you think I could convince him that Nova and Riot are cheating behind his back?
Because apparently a friend of their friend said that I had assaulted them, but I'm just like, I don't...
No, furcation is something else entirely, Siffy. Salty is furcation. Is this the pussy rip? No, furcation is the one where the person could tell that they were being watched, because even though they didn't see this person, they could feel their eyes on them from behind. Yes. And they made sexually explicit jokes. It's that one.
I don't know any of Corin's friends, nor do I know any of their friends of their friends. I've never met any of their friends except at Furcation.
Sorry to clarify, Corin. Corin is the person on Twitter, the ADOS, right?
The who?
Who is Corin? Could you explain?
Corin is Cauliflower Cat, Chloe's partner, my partner at the time. during Furcation.
No! Furcation is at Butlins? Shut the fuck up! Butlins is Center Parks for poor people, in case you don't know. Bro. The Butlins Rape Festival. Oh my god. Damn, why don't people want furries at their hotels and holiday parks?
All right.
But then that ended.
Okay. And you said that there was they claimed that you had sexually assaulted them.
No, not Corin. A friend of Corin's friend.
Yeah.
No, I didn't sexually assault them. I assaulted a friend of their friend.
So I apparently assaulted them, but I'm just like, I've never met any of your friends, let alone any of your friends. I don't know.
Right.
They didn't say any names. They just said, so a friend of a friend apparently.
Siffy, in that scenario, the claim was that they touched non-consensually. Me and Nova spoke for a bit before she came up in front of me and put both of her hands on my waist and moved them all the way up and down my torso and chest in different motions before attempting to kiss. That's the claim of sexual assault. But it's memorable as the shower one. No, the shower claim is after that. After that, they went to shower in an open shower and could tell that they were looking from behind.
So, but you, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna block you.
Okay. All right.
For their own sanity, and then they blocked me. I couldn't get a word in because I'm just like, what is going on? I don't know any of the details.
Okay.
Like, I don't know what's going on with that.
All right.
And that was back in endish of November, like around Furcation, like a couple days after Furcation, and I've heard since.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Next one.
I've spoken to Vix. They're going to get an STD test, a full screen. I'm getting a full screen. Riot's getting a full screen. And a lot of April's friends and partners are getting a full screen as well.
Why? Bro, you've shared sexual health information of all these people to the world.
Because simply put, pretty much everyone was clear of gonorrhea, and then animals happened.
Everyone was clear of gonorrhea, and then animals happened. When you state that line, when you say that, I think you've got to reassess things.
And, well, it's true. We have no way of knowing if that was from you or for someone else. The people who have gotten it,
You're confirming that they have gotten it as well? Oh my god.
Name
Nurgle.
me, Riot, Vix, all did stuff with you. So while we can't work out that everyone...
You had sex with Nova? Wait a second.
Namely me, Riot.
Hang on.
From you or for someone else. And, well, it's true. We have no way of knowing if that was from you or for someone else. The people who have gotten it, namely me, Riot, Vix, all did stuff with you.
Him, Riot, and Vix all did stuff with Nova. Which suggests it's not just that he's saying it came from Riot via Nova. That is, it might be a misspeak, but that is him saying he fucked Nova.
So while we can't work out that everyone got gonorrhea, if Riot got gonorrhea, we know for a fact that you gave it to them because they didn't have any other sexual partners.
Except you, Mango. Except you, Mango. And of course that you know of.
Besides myself.
Yeah.
I would like to say as well with Chloe as well, catching it. Chloe hasn't done anything with people since vacation, and I haven't done anything with them.
That's not true at all.
Pre-vacation.
Chloe's done stuff with people since vacation, actually.
No, not with me.
Not with you, no. But they could have gone. They could have gotten. And they could have gotten gonorrhea from anywhere.
Chloe, that slut, she could have gotten gonorrhea fucking anywhere.
They could have got it from one of their partners.
One of their partners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Mango. Riot could have gotten gonorrhea from you.
So,
I am trying to.
What I don't like is that I called you to confront you about the situation about you not being clear with Riot that you had recently had gonorrhea, and that you didn't have a negative test after the fact. And then you decide to pin that on Chloe. When Chloe didn't have gonorrhea at the time. Chloe got tested recently for gonorrhea as of like a day or two ago, and they went to go get that treated.
I'm not trying to pin this on Chloe.
Well, my phone call with you earlier, you told me that you think Chloe did it with them. You think that Chloe, when they did stuff with Riot.
No, I didn't think Chloe did stuff with Riot.
Sorry, so Riot is confirmed to have had sex with another person who has gonorrhea.
Well, why was the next thing I did then to call Chloe?
That's up to you on who you call. But all I said was literally just a thing like, look, I got the jab, and but I told Vi, and I even told you that at Issa's party. I had told Vi that I got the jab recently and everything, and she acknowledged the risk and everything.
Who? Vi?
Yeah.
Vi's pronouns are he, him, by the way.
Sorry.
Oh my.
So,
but yeah.
Vi.
Him.
Vi, you and Vi, can I ask you something? So, you said you only had oral gonorrhea, right?
Yes.
So
that's what the nurses told me.
So, when you ate Vi out, yeah, did you take that into account?
Yes, and I had pre-warned them. I had told them that before, and they were fine with the risks, and they said we already saw our test and everything. And I was like, okay, cool, because I did also tell you this at the party as well.
Yeah, no, and I was aware of it. That's the only reason I know that you had gonorrhea, because you told it and you were quite clear with everyone. However, you didn't have sex with anyone past that point. And the person that you did have sex with, you had sex with them under the condition that they understand and know, hey, by the way, I have gonorrhea. You let them know that. You did not have that conversation with Riot.
No, because I had the jab at that point for 2 odd weeks.
Yes, and you'd had the jab with Vix for 6 days.
Well, Vix was aware of this, and I told them about that, and they were fine.
Is this just Mango trying to cover up that he gave Riot gonorrhea?
There's risks.
Okay.
And I've gone off what the nurse told me, which was, you are fine after 7
This is way more complicated than we're being shown.
You do need to get retested, but you are fine.
So let's just rewind, because it's entirely possible that you are just being genuine and you didn't know that you have to retest. But everyone who got gonorrhea at Doggy Weekend, or did stuff with people who got gonorrhea at Doggy Weekend.
Everyone who got gonorrhea at Doggy Weekend.
Or just people who got gonorrhea at Doggy Weekend in general. They tested for gonorrhea, they did full screen tests, those that tested positive, they...
Yeah, reevaluate your life. Reevaluate your fucking life. Right now.
They do the jab, they take any antibiotics they need to, and then after a week or two, they retest to check that the gonorrhea is completely out of their system. That is what everyone does. That is generally the accepted practice.
Yeah, and I was told by a nurse, I'll be fine after 7 days.
Okay.
I do need to get retested, but other than that, I will be fine after 7 days of having the jab. I was like, okay. That is cool.
All right.
Even Ellie was like, oh, but could it spread through Frenching and stuff like that? So I went back to the nurse before I left the hospital and asked, and it doesn't.
Okay, that's fine. But it does spread through oral, such as eating someone out.
Yes.
Can I ask you
Especially
something?
sexual
Did you?
periods and sexual acts.
Yes. So, did you eat Riot out?
Yes.
Okay.
Like I said before, I went off what the nurse told me because they're a medical practitioner.
Okay.
They are a doctor, nurse.
Absolutely fine.
I went off what they told me because I trust the doctor.
Okay. So, did you go to a sexual health clinic? Did you go to your GP? Where'd you go?
I went through Northern, which sent me to a hospital
Okay.
near my ex, and that's where I got the jab sorted.
Okay. So there should
I
be a
did
medical
go a
record of
day-
that, and there should also be a medical record of the instructions that the doctor gave to you after the fact
Yes,
of your
'cause I was
medication.
also given prep that same day.
Okay. So,
Mango, you're now presumably going to pressure someone into giving you access to their medical records.
can you show me those medical documents where they say
Mango, you're going to get yourself in huge fucking trouble. Do you know what you're doing?
the steps you need to take?
You're trying to intimidate someone into providing their medical records. You're trying to pressure a tranoid into exposing their medical records. You could end up in fucking prison, bro. What are you doing?
Because realistically, the steps would be, if you're telling the truth, the steps would line up with what you're saying. And if that's the case, then fine, we can let you off the hook for that. All right?
Yeah. If you give me a bit, then I can sort that out for you. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah. All right. I want to continue talking to people in April's group because apparently a lot of people there have a pretty bad experience with you being touchy-feely without any form of consent. To name, one of them would be Varkas. And another person who doesn't really think that you're quite respectful of trans people, April. Issa had a person who doesn't really think that you're quite respectful of trans people.
You're not respectful of trans people. Nova is like the most trans person I've ever heard in my life.
April. Issa had to tell
No
you to calm
offense.
down at the first party you were at, as far as I'm aware.
Oh yeah, that's because I had a bit too much to drink.
Okay. Just as an FYI, your inebriation does not let you off the hook for anything you do when you're drunk.
No, I'm not saying that. I was just.
I know.
I had a lot
I
to
know
drink.
But it might put Riot on the hook.
what you're saying, but I'm saying you still owe responsibility to everyone
yeah.
you're in contact with, physically, sexually, to not violate them.
Mango, watch out. Mango, did you have sex with Nova while they were high and drunk?
Now
This could get turned on you really fucking hard, and you could.
You learned that you got that message quite clearly after I spoke to you about the situation with Riot. So I'm just trying to understand why.
This is intimidation. Yeah. You understood it after I confronted you and made you say things. You're saying things because I confronted you, right, Nova? Mango's so fucking stupid. Bro should probably be in jail.
You weren't thinking of that when you smacked someone's ass a day or two ago. Someone who you just met. You had no idea what kind of person they were, whether they were quite, they were quite free about life or not, about sex, and you just smacked them.
You understood that after I threatened you privately, right? I can't. How can you say that and not realize I'm fucking up? And not only realize that, but record yourself and then publish it?
I don't understand what indicator you had to go and do that. And the truth is, no one does. Only you. Had you had anything to drink? Had you had anything to smoke? Had you taken any sort of drugs that night?
No.
Okay.
I
All right.
just did it, and I realized my mistake afterwards.
Okay.
And spent the
Regardless.
entire night.
Okay, so
with-
you hadn't. So just you hadn't taken anything. You hadn't drinking. You weren't inebriated in any way, shape, or form. Yeah.
No.
So
I would show you Mango's Instagram, but it's full of porn.
Nova, regardless of what happens from this point forward, you need to get in contact with a psychologist.
What the fuck?
And you need to work through your impulse control. Okay? You need to.
I think Nova needs to go to the police and tell them that someone's trying to pressure them into providing private medical records, threatening them,
work on that, because regardless of what happens from this point forward, that's not going away. Because people have spoken to you quite kindly, quite directly. Watch out for other people's boundaries. And not a week after I have that conversation with you, you go and smack someone's ass. I'd like to have assumed that after that party, you'd have realized your wrongs. You'd have realized, okay, what I did was wrong. I need to work on myself. I need to be considerate of other people's boundaries.
I mean, don't forget, part of the reason you go to the police is because of the people accused, even if they did something wrong, being treated unjustly. Nova can be a fucking rape freak, and what's done to Nova and how Nova is treated can be wrong, and I think it's pretty clear that that's occurring.
For myself every time anyone has talked to me.
Okay. So anytime anyone has talked to you, you've worked on yourself. So can I ask, what steps did you take after I had that conversation with you about Riot, after April's party and animals? Because respectfully, feeling bad about yourself isn't working on yourself. It's feeling bad about yourself.
I don't think this is old. If you want, I can find out. I can double check exactly how old it is. It's 2 days old. It's 2 days old. Victim accounts can be found through my link tree? What? They have protected their Twitter. They claim to be 19 years old. Does he know that he's doxed himself? Does he know that he looks like he might have totally doxed himself? Oh no. Oh, Mango. Oh. Hopefully his name is not Dan Lopez. Because if it is... Oh. Hello, Daniel. Hello. Okay, this isn't you. Oh. I wonder if it's just a random name. But the Google account that this callout is posted on is called Dan Lopez 1450. Maybe you picked a random name, but still. What is .ds_store? Photos of Nova. So they posted photos of them. Screenshots. Let me see if there are any further Riot screenshots. Yeah, Nova was talking with Riot about dick pills at 2 a.m. in the morning. I don't know. Something seems weird to me. Call me crazy. Let's see how secure this person's account is. Real quick. Hello, Daniel. Show me the details, please. Not finding anything else good. Sad. Sad. Developer. Let's go here. Details. Sad. Oh well, let's listen to the last couple minutes of this.
And that goes away.
No.
It doesn't?
Huh?
It doesn't go away, is what you're saying.
No.
So feeling
That's
bad about
what I
yourself,
said.
about your actions, but not actually working them. So the feeling bad about it, does that go away or not? Is my question.
No, I always
So-
regret it.
So it doesn't go. So that shame that you felt doesn't go away. So then why am I continuing to
that's
hear
why-
that you've done things to people? People are having conversations with you. People are removing you from friend groups, and you're not getting the message.
Removing from
I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, but step down from borderline rape to just sexual assault is not a big enough step.
Oh.
Step down from. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry, but step down from borderline rape to just sexual assault is not a big enough step.
For
Do you have
what?
any
Ostensibly, it's enough for you to not pursue legal action.
more questions?
I just want to hear your side of the story because I'm really curious to what's going through your mind right now, and what's going through your mind when you do these things with people. Because I understand if you have learning difficulties or social considerations that you might have, but that doesn't absolve you of your responsibility to acknowledge
Bro, you've just admitted you're aware that you're doing all this to a disabled person, a mentally
other
disabled
people's
person.
consent.
You're in so much fucking danger, brother. I don't think you understand. You're intimidating someone you understand has learning disabilities into providing private medical documents to you. You're gonna get obliterated if they come after you.
If anything, that makes you more on the hook for it. You need to be more considerate because you know.
If you're a retard, you're more guilty of rape. Your learning disability makes you more guilty. Right. That would mean anything you've done wrong to this person is now elevated to a hate crime because you have admitted that you are acting more harshly towards them on the basis of their disability. All right.
That.
Okay.
I know. As an
Everything you've done to this person that may be wrong is now aggravated.
Person, I know that I need to be more considerate. I need to be more aware of people's feelings because I might not be considering them at the moment. I'll say something that might hurt people.
No. In all fairness, the only things I am considered to have by my GPs and people tell me believed to be ADHD and possibly schizophrenic. Other than that,
I'm believed to be ADHD and possibly schizophrenic by my general practitioner.
I have not been tested for those. That's what I've been told by people. I could probably look into those, but
Okay.
there's a long ass wait list.
Then it would be a good consideration to remove yourself from sexual situations for the foreseeable future until you get the help you need.
Right, you're intimidating a schizophrenic into not having sex because of their disability. Or at least a suspected schizophrenic. and you're trying to pressure them into giving you their medical records.
Regardless of what happens from this point forward, I think it's a very good idea and a reasonable, and probably the one biggest step you should take is remove yourself from sexual situations until you start talking to a therapist, you start getting diagnoses for the things you're having and things you're dealing with. Because regardless of what you have, not being in control of yourself is not other people's fault.
They said at the start it was being recorded.
No, it's not.
Okay. Nova, I'm going to end the call here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Goodbye. I feel like it should be important that we record this.
2. Reason I didn't tell Riot the reason I didn't tell Riot I tested positive for gonorrhea was because I had already.
It's not clear there was consent. It's not 100%.
I feel like it should be important that we record this.
2. Reason I didn't tell Riot the reason I didn't tell Riot.
And during this recording, Mango acknowledges that he has some level of awareness of Nova having learning disabilities. Mango, brother! Oh, fuck! Oh, Mango trying to obliterate the literal retard who fucked his girl/boyfriend. Let's check this out, and then I think we can check out Nova's social media. Let me check something really quickly. Hang on. Are they posting? The Nova person is just they're just posting whatever. This Nova person is apparently untouched. One of their recent posts is, I want glow-in-the-dark bright purple cum now. What are scientists doing anyway? We have this as the #1 priority. Do not go to their Twitter. There is a post on their Twitter that is, don't you just want to fuck my ass after seeing this? And it is them fucking themselves with a dildo. What are they saying on February 5th? They don't really say a whole lot about it. They're responding to people and saying things like, if you're going to threaten me, at least make yourself be known. And what they're responding to is deleted posts. And they're not really... Yeah, they're not really saying anything about it. Just talking about getting more followers and stuff. Do they have anything specifically in their replies, maybe? They have a fundraiser or something. No, it's just a coffee. A coffee page. They have received 7 tips. They have a Discord server. Of course they do. All right. They're flirting with people on Twitter. Are they genuinely just not saying anything about this? I'd like to thank my followers. Talking to people about cum. Mango has privated Hex. Mango has privated on Twitter. All right. They respond to what appear to be deleted hate comments, maybe, and they're just saying, like, at least do it non-anonymously sort of thing. Yeah, and, like, they haven't addressed it at all, really. Has Nova privated? No! Nova is public and just talking about cum. Talking about cum, posting videos of them fucking their ass with a dildo. Yeah. So there's one more thing to look at, I guess. And that is that the transcript of the call includes added context. Oh, it's literally just tiny, tiny notes. You have a breakdown after you talk to me, okay? I talked to Alex, Nova's partner at the time, and I was just fully just like went to Alex and I was like, hi, I fucked up, I made a big mistake, it was on me. Okay. Let's see what they say about the schizophrenia. Alright, goodbye. There was nothing said. Hang on. Hold up. The section where he says that he had sex with Nova. Was it myself? What was the word? Me? Myself? One more thing I want to check, right? What did he say specifically? Oh. Myself. Besides myself. I should have clarified here, me and Nova did not have any sexual interaction the night of animals. Right, the phrasing here is very specific. I should clarify here, me and Nova did not have any sexual interaction the night of animals. I was meant to add that I could directly link my sexual interactions back to Nova, as I only had sexual relations with Riot that weekend, and Riot only had sexual interactions with Nova that week. Riot didn't want to fuck you, bro. So while we... Oh... Have you or have you not fucked Nova? Amazing. Anyway, ladies and gents, that's going to be all for tonight. I promised you a rape doc, I guess. If the internet is still working tomorrow, I will stream again. If it's not, I won't. It's that simple. Internet will be totally fixed on Thursday because we're switching provider and we're getting gigabit speed up and down. But in the meantime, we're stuck with the shit-ass ISP that apparently throttles us until you accuse them of throttling, and then suddenly you're not throttled. We'll see. All right. Until tomorrow, thank you very much for your viewership, companionship, incredible generosity. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the H1B ISP assistance fight. What the fuck?
Rogers has just donated £1,000.
Bro! Are you fucking serious? You don't have to give me like the excess to having paid off a car, bro! What the fuck? I don't have any more like furry sex crimes to look at on stream. I don't have any more furry sex crimes to do on stream. I don't know what to do. Licratus. Was that deliberate? Was that deliberate? Holy fuck. Thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow. Deliberate. Thank you. That is all for tonight, but I will be back tomorrow. God, I have to give a £1,000 performance tomorrow. We'll look at the anti-woke cartoon video and some other stuff. Imagine if my internet fucks up and I just like disappear for a week. Thanks for the money, dummy. Bye. Thank you so much, Licratus. Thank you. That's absolutely fucking crazy. That's going towards the Japan vacation. Thank you. Watching Rudyard in VODs? Holy fuck, I'm sorry. At least you're watching VODs. That means me disappearing isn't a problem. Thank you so much. Alright, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Internet permitting. We may have more problems, but after Thursday there won't be any problems. Hopefully it works tomorrow. See ya then.